Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Taiko World Cup 2021. I am Beat43210, and today I am joined by Teasel, and both of us are going to be covering the opening round of 16 matchup between South Korea and the Philippines. Teasel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Premature reference.
As Beach said, this is between the Philippines and South Korea. Very strong teams, both coming out of the group stage. So it'll be interesting to see how well they pair together in the round of 16 pool.
Exactly. We have Philippines, who finished second in their group, and South Korea, who topped their group in the group stage. Both very formidable teams who are more than capable of playing this round of 16 pool. And to start to see some of the best teams compete against each other in the bracket is exciting stuff ahead. And I'm looking forward to seeing how these players perform.
Yeah, with the pool kind of being a bit of a step up in difficulty, it'll be interesting to see how the players kind of adapt to those changes, how they take it all on.
Mm-hmm. You got more dense maps. Bit more a step up in the difficulty. You have an extra map now that's been thrown into the pool. Certainly will have quite a few maps that would have hammered a lot of preparation in the lead up to this highly anticipated match. So it's going to be all good. Alright, we didn't miss the rolls, so we're going to be here just in time to see these exciting rolls. Come on, good action. I'm excited, looking forward to it. Olo is praying to the roll gods. He has his dice ready. And he rolls a 79! That's a pretty good roll.
There is still a chance that the Philippines can win it, though.
That is true.
1 in 5.
They got a 1, yeah, just over 1 in 5. Although, there's a 1 in 100 that they'll score a 79 as well. And that is not happening today, as the Philippines rolls a 10.
Oh well, that's just the way it goes. So that means, I think the Philippines ban first. I never remember what way round the rolls mean. Yeah, Philippines are banning first.
Yep. When you lose the rolls, you do indeed ban first, as Pachaka lost the rolls. So in the pool, we have 5 no mods, 2 hidden, 2 hard rock, 2 double time, 3 free mods, and a tiebreaker if needed. Of course, tiebreaker cannot be banned, but everything else is up for the ban hammer. And there are quite a few banned targets that are going to be out there.
Yeah, the fun fact is the tiebreaker for the round of 16 in Taiko World Cup has not been played in many years. So maybe
as far as recorded history, according to Mengo.
Yeah, that's what he's been saying. So, we definitely need some tiebreaker hypes or something.
But will we see a tiebreaker here? That's the real question. In recorded history, that doesn't tend to be the case because even just historically amongst higher seeded teams, they tend to be somewhat better than the second seeded teams that finish second in the groups. So normally you don't see that happening, but who knows? This is a new year, new opportunity, and Philippines have decided to ban Hidden 1. So Afro Knuckle, the more slower tech-orientated map, similar to Hidden 1 in the group stage, has been banned. And that is now out of the pool for the match.
Yeah, seems like a pretty good ban. South Korea are pretty strong on all of those sorts of things, as far as I can tell, so might as well cover up that weakness.
Well, let's see. South Korea has a lot of choices in terms of what they want to ban with. They could also ban Hidden if they really wanted to. They could get rid of DT2 if they don't want to play a 4.5-minute map. You have No Mod 5 if you don't like the technical or gimmick aspects of it. Even free mods, there may be something you may find uncomfortable. So, it just comes down to personal taste. I don't think South Korea will be banning something because they're particularly weak at it. They may be trying to take out one of Philippines' more stronger picks. And it looks like they've gone with DT1.
Yeah, that is a very valid strategy. Especially kind of when you're the stronger team. You might as well kind of take out a potential point from your opponent.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. Hidden 1 and Double Time 1 bans for this matchup. And now South Korea deliberate what is going to be their opening pick.
Yeah, you could argue that your first pick in the match could be one of the most important to ensure that you get the ball rolling. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what they choose. And because normally the map that teams choose tend to be one of their strongest picks to sort of guarantee a point. So it'll be interesting to see what South Korea gonna go with.
Sorry, I keep jumping in too quickly. The reason, I guess part of that is because when you're going first, you want to kind of set the bar. You want to go out with your strongest pick first, because the last thing you want to do is lose the first pick and then possibly start 2 points down. Not a comfortable situation to be in, and that's why you normally see teams pick something that they're really strong at. So South Korea deciding that they're going to be picking Hidden 2 to open the new weekend.
Yeah, just capitalizing off of what appears to be a hidden weakness from the Philippines.
But is it really a hidden weakness? I think both hiddens are vastly different from each other. It's entirely possible that that's the case, but I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah, so just because a team can't really do the slow hidden doesn't mean that they can't do the regular hidden just fine.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen in previous cups and previous tournaments where you'll ban a particular node, like you'll ban a particular mod and then pick it either immediately or in a later pick when they tend to convert on them sometimes. So is South Korea making the correct play? We will see.
Only one way to find out.
Exactly, and we are going to be here to watch it all unfold. So, the match will be starting very soon. There are no warm-ups. They've made the first pick. They're currently writing up their rosters, and it'll be all good.
Yeah, I imagine the players will be feeling pretty nervous right now, especially since they're both the first teams to be kind of officially playing this pool.
Mm-hmm. What were the pickings for this?
That's a good point.
I forgot to check. But we can check it. We can check on it later if there's a bit of stalling. But we'll get that ready for later. For now, we have South Korea taking on the Philippines in the opening round 16 match. Good luck to the players. And may the best team come out on top. So, we get started with Onoyo Ikinobus Note Saraba, a slightly buffed version of the map set which Rise made himself. Certainly a lot more fast orientated, but it does have its fair few calmer and more intense sections.
Yeah, so far it's just looking like an accuracy battle.
Yeah.
Peaceful still holding a double S. We have Jonah and Pochiko kind of maintaining decent accuracy, and Vinby struggling a little bit. But as I say that, Jonah does drop the accuracy, and the score is now flickering between the two teams.
But unfortunately for the Philippines, Jacko picking up the early miss, which is going to give South Korea a good start, giving them up 30,000 points. Thanks, Ethan. And at the end of the first KI time, Peaceful is still in the double S. He remains flawless. He is dominating in the lobby. and is single-handedly contributing to the lead.
Yeah, he's really proving why he is just such an incredibly strong player in these sorts of tournaments, especially in the early stages.
He is a force to be reckoned with, and so far it is showing in Hidden 2. But unfortunately for Peaceful, that is short-lived. He does pick up a serious combo break that is equalized by Finby. So, unfortunately for Philippines, a missed opportunity to close the distance there, but Peaceful still holding the highest in the lobby. So, South Korea still holding on to the lead. Actually, I would argue they've extended it a bit. They're ahead by about 50,000 points now.
Yeah, it's a fairly comfortable lead that they're holding. Gonna have to see, another miss or two coming from South Korea in this final KI coming up if we're gonna want to see the Philippines take this point.
I mean, the only people who are left, I think the only person left on the full combo is Jonah, who is sitting at 1163. As Finby picks up another miss, as South Korea looking to just convert on their very comfortable lead. There shouldn't be too much that is left in terms of difficulty for the map, and South Korea will be taking home the first point. And there we go. South Korea leads 1-0.
This is nothing too much for the Philippines to worry about, as this was South Korea's pick, and we're gonna go over to the Philippines picking now.
So we see from South Korea, Peaceful getting more misses than 100s. 5 misses all in that one section, which he dropped, I believe, on a 1-6 section, but holding top accuracy throughout. Jonah following up with a nice full combo of his own, and Finby and Pachaco picking up a few misses themselves and did not have the accuracy to rival South Korea. So, good start for South Korea. They decided we're going to try Hidden 2. We think that the Philippines are generally weaker in Hidden, and it seems to be that their assessment was correct.
But unfortunately for South Korea, all of the hidden maps are now gone.
I don't think that that's an issue. They're currently up a point. They're not up a break point just yet, but I feel like that they're comfortable to tackle the Philippines on several mods. Unless the Philippines themselves they show themselves to be a threat in other mods. South Korea doesn't have anything to worry about yet. But you know what? The Philippines have the opportunity to make them scared with this opening pick. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely not too sure what they're going to go with, though.
Yeah, well, they have a lot of choices in the pool. And they're going with No Mod 3, which is going to be a My Cyborg. So, the 260 BPM map, definitely more speed orientated, even though it's not as fast as Lilith was, which was the equivalent speed No Mod. It is certainly far more denser and introduces a lot more trickier patterns that wasn't found in that particular No Mod map.
Yeah, looking at the stats from last week, looks like the Philippines did also like to pick the No Mod 3 of the last pool as well, which is Lilith, also a faster map. So this just must be the kind of thing that they're much more comfortable with.
Exactly. Well, Looks like Airi will be stepping in for the Philippines, and South Korea will also be replacing their second member with Henry. For those who are wondering what the pickings was between the Philippines and South Korea was 98.2% favored to win this matchup. So, according to the pickings audience, they were seen as extreme overdogs.
Yeah, very, very little support or it's just hope for the Philippines winning this match.
But you know what? They have the chance to prove them wrong. And we will see if they will do it with a good performance in No Month 3.
We have seen some crazy upsets so far in this tournament, so I don't see why that can't continue.
Portugal. Alright, let's go. Let's get underway. As the players start to find their rhythm.
South Korea does find an early lead, just based on accuracy alone.
But it is still early days. This is a 2.5 minute map. And the OD is 6.5, so it is a fair game for now. Wait until about 1.5 minutes. That's where things are going to start kicking in, because there is not that many opportunities for the players to rest, and that's when the endurance is going to kick in. Especially if you're shadow tapping in between these like quieter sections, as some players tend to do. I believe South Korea is only leading by about 2 100s, maybe 3.
Yeah, there's really not that much in it at all.
But you know what? They have a lead, and right now that lead is holding. So that is what South Korea needs if they want to secure a nice break. And Chaco scoring a break. Unfortunately, picking up a miss, breaking the combo. It's starting to give some momentum to South Korea. But the accuracy was fastly recovered, so...
it does actually look like that was a bancho break.
Yeah, no, that looked... Oh wait, that was a bancho break.
Yeah, they still have their full combo.
Oh. Whoops.
Although I do believe that miss from Airi was... oh no, that was also a fake miss as well.
Fake news. Alright, so... all players still on full combos. Still an accuracy battle as South Korea is still holding in the last 20 or so seconds of the song. And now we're going to see, will there be an unfortunate miss in South Korea in the last seconds here? There will not be. And South Korea secures the first break point, winning by 15 100s.
Yeah, just purely coming down to the accuracy alone.
All the players scored very, very strong performances in that map. And all of them going full combos, so when in doubt, look at the accuracy. And South Korea coming out on top, which is what they needed. Yeah, if the client ever breaks, just blame Juan. That's the #1 rule. That is a fact.
Definitely. There's no way it could be anybody else's fault.
Nope, not mine. Or yours. We're safe. So, South Korea, they're up a breakpoint. This is what they want. And they want to follow it up with a good performance on their own, just to set in that 3-0 tone. So, we're going to see what will South Korea pick next.
with so much of the board still open, I really feel that they could go for pretty much anything and still be very confident on it.
Yeah, I'd say so. They have a lot of choices. Like, if South Korea wanted to pick a similar map to No Mod 3, they could go with No Mod 4. It's the closest No Mod that is to the same degree of, I guess, elements that you want to test. You know, fairly consistent, having a lot of 1-3 to 1-4 snapping, stamina based.
Instead, they decide to go for No Mod 1 though.
Ooh, No Mod 1, the Electric Music Department. Because reading the full name is going to take too long. If I read the full name of the song, we might be able to listen to the entirety of DT2 in that time.
It's a 7-7 bootleg.
Yep. 7-7, who's known for making a lot of remixes and bootlegs and stuff.
I've only just noticed, but this map is only OD5.
Yep. It is definitely OD5. Which is totally fine, actually. It helps for players who are a little bit less accurate. And we're not at like semifinals or above, where having an OD of 5 could be a bit disastrous in a faster pick. So no, 85 is fine. We probably will be seeing some very high accuracies, but this is also very technically challenging. So I think that the lower OD kind of helps to compensate the fact that it's a bit more technically challenging.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
With the snapping. The only downside to that is if you miss in the middle of a stream, it can be quite painful to recover. So just don't miss. Just do what you did in No Mod 3. Just don't miss, and you'll have nothing to worry about.
If only it was that easy.
If only. If it was that easy, we wouldn't be here.
Does look like we're going to be seeing some roster changes from both sides. Although kind of taking their time to make sure that they get the right people in.
Yeah, exactly. Not only just to get the right people in, but also to get, you know, mindset sorted. You know, half of the battle is the mental mindset that you have leading into the map. You know, and some people, they need a bit of, you know, a bit of pep talk to get themselves in the zone. Flick that switch and just flow with the rhythm of the music.
So for South Korea, it does look like we have Olo and Denan coming in for the first time. And for the Philippines, we have Finby coming back in.
And Pachaco will stay on board. And here we go. Getting underway, all four players mirroring each other in performance. But when the 1-6 kick in, that's going to be painful, and Olo is the first player to suffer from it as he does pick up an accuracy drop and speed up. Caught off guard by the 1-6 that is deceptively disguised as 1-4, which is giving Philippines the first lead in the entire match.
Yeah, they do seem to be struggling a little bit more with the accuracy, but the misses from Olo is really helping them secure their lead.
Yep, because they're gonna be getting that combo momentum, and the accuracy difference helps. Although Denan is carrying South Korea right now, he is trying to pick Olo in his shoulders like a soldier. However, there's only so much you can do when you're sitting at nearly 100%.
Finby does find the first break, but Olo does match it immediately.
This is good for the Philippines. They needed a break point to break right back, and If they can hold, they're going to be in a position to do so, but they're only halfway through the map, and there's still more work to do. Finby, he does pick up several misses, but Denon trades it off.
Podgko being the remaining player with a full combo.
So, we will see where they go from here.
Yeah, with only a quarter of the map left, this is actually really intense. With only a couple misses from the Philippines, the score could actually flip over back to South Korea, and those misses from Podgko are going to help out with that.
And there's still like 30 seconds left in the map. And the lead is closing in because Pachako has to recover the combo momentum. And it's going to all tighten up ever so more, but it looks like Philippines will have enough to get away with it.
And they've done it. They've taken a break point from South Korea.
Wow. Philippines have got themselves on the board. This is why you don't go with 6-0. As the Philippines break back.
Yeah, it's too late for my pick'ems now.
Oh, what was my pick'ems? I forgot. I think I did 6-2. So I'm still good.
That's respectable.
Oh, I need to double check. As we wait for the next pick.
Yeah, it looks like everyone in the chat's pretty excited about that Philippines point for their own pick'ems.
Hey man, I predicted 6-2, so I'm excited. Hey. Also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, if you do enjoy Taiko World Cup and you want to support Ocean Live and the World Cup itself as a whole, go ahead and buy those banners, because those banners are going to be absolutely beautiful. You get to keep them for the full 5 weeks that are left of the tournament, maybe even a year if you back the winning team, which maybe Japan, maybe not, we will see.
Yeah, for only $2.50 USD, you can have the beautiful banner displayed on your profile, and you can choose from any of the 16 countries that have made it through to the round of 16. So yeah, support the Taiko World Cup and support your favorite team.
We would appreciate the support, so definitely do consider it. I might do it later when I'm not broke.
Yeah, I still need to buy a banner, but I don't know which team to get one for.
Well, there's the safe bet, and then there's the risky bets. So it depends what you want, really. I am a neutral person in this matter. And it looks like the next pick is going to be DT2. So sit back and get comfortable. This is going to be a very long double time pick that awaits us.
Yeah, with the length being 6 minutes 49 without double time.
You know what we need to do for the Taiko World Cup banners? Like when we do the plugs and stuff? We need to come up with, like, you know when you go to like a, when you hear people chanting like about chanting like particular quotes that rhyme. We need to come up with some of them for like Taiko World Cup banner. That's what we need.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we have a few weeks. We can come up with some good stuff. Although right now we start double time 2. No, we get a phone call from our old friend. We meet up downtown. We catch up, talk until the sun comes down. After a few more hours on the subway, get back to my room, sit at my desk, put on my headphones, and realize that the map is still only halfway over. Well, in this case, they haven't even cleared the introduction.
Really is a piece of poetry, that.
A piece of poetry you can read to yourself at night before you get to sleep. And while you do that, the map will still be not even halfway over. Alright, jokes aside, the introduction has been cleared. And South Korea having a bit of an accuracy lead early on. Oh, but Ramazi and Olo.
Double miss.
Yeah, both of them double miss, but Ramazi came out worse, which is helping South Korea.
Yeah, with this being such a long map, the accuracy is going to be incredibly important to maintaining the lead.
That is true, and especially on a longer map like this. If you're like 3 minutes into the song and you're down by a full percent, it's a lot more punishing than being down a full percent in the first minute or so. So, certainly a concern for the Philippines, as they are the ones who are currently down on accuracy. Umazi has found a few misses in the first half of the song, and finding another one in the 1-6 mono, not a good fun. Pachaco doing his best, but 99% is not enough against South Korea, who both, at least at 99.3 or better, peaceful, running on a near double S.
Yeah, Double Time really likes to throw kind of weirder and crazier patterns you would normally kind of see at this sort of speed, and throw on the increased OD on top of that, and yeah, it makes for quite a tricky experience.
And tricky experience which South Korea is fully benefiting from, as they are ahead by 80,000 points in the last minute and a half of the song. As South Korea refuses to give Philippines another opening. Oh, Rimazi, being the only player to miss, causing more pain for the Philippines team. Still holding a very decent performance of 97.5%, but South Korea is setting the bar so high that the Philippines are increasingly unlikely to come back from this.
Yeah, it's looking like a very decisive point for South Korea.
It certainly looks like it, especially with the hardest parts of the song over. It's going to wind down from here. Peaceful did pick up a miss towards the end there, but still holding the highest accuracy in the lobby. It's a very strong result, and a good recovery by him. So, South Korea breaking right back. I think the score is 3-1. Although it may not be showing up on the client, then it's 3-1.
And we do actually see a full combo coming in from
There we go.
Pachaco with 99.06 accuracy.
So, South Korea, they started up a breakpoint. They lost it last map, and then they just took it right back. And now South Korea is up 3-1. And they're next to pick. So DT gone, Hidden is now gone as well. We're gonna be seeing South Korea dip into either hard rock, free mod, or no mod. And what will they go with?
I'm not too sure. I really
Olo wants to see hard rock. He needs hard rock in his life right now.
Yeah, he's been getting lots of crazy scores with hard rock and double time hard rock. You see all the score posts on Twitter, so he's definitely been practicing those sorts of maps for sure. Although personally, I'd like to see a free mod or two come out just to see how the players can potentially hit hard rock them.
Well, we may see that later. There's still plenty of picks to go, and the next one is going to be Dark Days. So much so many more picks that we've reset the map scores. It is now 0-0 again.
Yep, no, forget your pick'ems. Forget that one Philippines point.
Forget the pick'ems. You know, we can start again.
It's now the Philippines' chance to sweep.
We just hit him with that YouTube rewind. Except we do Osu rewind.
Oh no.
That is a horrible video idea. No one ever do that. Osu rewind. Don't do it. It'd be too much effort anyways.
This is one of the few maps that I haven't seen of this pool, and sounds like it has a lot of streams in it.
Yep, for those who do not know about Dark Days, OD6, 3.5 minutes in length. This is what the map pool is described as the first real test of stamina. It's one of those maps that is just very lengthy in terms of stream count, very punishing in terms of the amount of breaks you don't have, and it's, you know, being at least 3.5 minutes, sometimes 4 minutes in other places, you know, really is one of those maps that's designed to just break you slowly, and it has a lot of on it, as Airy is finding out.
Yeah, it looks like it's catching Airy out really early on.
And Chaco also slipping up at the start here. But it is early days for the Philippines.
Yeah, South Korea's taking a very nice early lead.
Which is always what you want when you're making your own picks. But Henry picks up his miss. Unfortunately, Chakra traded it off and gave him a bit of extra.
Yeah, this is looking like an absolutely brutal map to play, and we're only a third of the way through it.
And it only gets more brutal from here, because it doesn't stop. Oh wait, the client, wait a minute. Henry still has his double S. The client was faking this.
What? Oh wow.
Man, Bancher really be tripping today, huh?
Yeah, Bancher's not having a good time.
Bancher's throwing for content.
It's just keeping all of us on our toes.
Yeah. Here comes the slowdown. If you're looking for a break, I guess this is it, but... yeah, it can be a bit awkward to play, especially if you're trying to hold up near double S like South Korea is. Now South Korea looking at the dominance of their situation. They're up a very beautiful 75,000 points.
Yeah, in that break, the scoreboards are forced to pop up, and the players can see one another's scores.
So psychologically, South Korea is feeling pretty confident. As long as it doesn't get to their heads, they will be able to take it home. Philippines is not posing that much of a threat right now. Henry loses the double S. He gets caught off guard by the slow 1-3. Rather unfortunate for him. But he does keep the combo alive, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
1-3 section, hardest section of the song.
It always is.
Yeah. Airi, the only person to find misses in the final section here. I think it's fairly safe to say that South Korea will finish. The only question is, will they finish with 2 full combos? They will. Yeah, rolling on this map would be painful. I wouldn't recommend it. Trust me, I tried. I'm 4-digit. Didn't end well. And we come to an end with only 7 100s amongst South Korea. An overwhelming victory for them.
It's an incredibly strong performance.
Oof. Strong performances.
Philippines still holding pretty strong as well. Portugal with only 19 100s and 2 misses. Airi did struggle a little bit more though. Still a very nice score.
And now Philippines in a bit of a tight spot. They're down at break point. They missed their opportunity to break back. And they need to get a second point somewhere. And their choices are starting to run thin. The only 2 maps left in Nomon is the Nomon 2, which is a bit more tech focused, and Nomon 5, which is gimmick based.
Yeah, I really don't see the Philippines going for free mod unless they're confident that they can get in Hard Rock and gonna have another secondary mod and get really good scores, because yeah, it'll be a very good strong point for South Korea most likely.
And then there's Hard Rock, where no one has kind of dipped into Hard Rock just yet, so maybe it's a sign that both teams are scared, or they just don't prefer it at the top of their list. So I don't know. Oh, they're going with Chameleon. Nomon 2 is going to be picked.
Yeah, so this is kind of the final remaining map that isn't the sort of things that both of these teams have been avoiding. So all that's remaining now is a kind of gimmick map, 2 Hard Rocks, 3 free mods. So it's going to be very interesting for the picks to come, though now we'll focus on the Chameleon.
And trust me, it is just as deceptive as this music sounds. Wait, can Chameleons camouflage? I forgot.
Yeah, they can. They change colors.
I'm trying to think of a camouflage joke. Can't think of one.
Can't find it.
Yeah, I can't find it. It must be somewhere around here. Maybe if I look hard enough, I'll find it somewhere. But in the meanwhile, I did find is the map stats. You know, we have an OD of 7, star rating of 5.7, about 2 minutes in length, and 126 BPM. But I believe there's a bit of variable BPM in the song. believe it changes between 126 and 91.
Ah, so much more on the slower side.
And here we go. And here we go, we get underway. Dinan and Olo steps in for South Korea. And Ramazi and Pachako stepping in for the Philippines. Ramazi will be missing early.
And both the South Korea players do drop their double Fs.
But they got good combos and good accuracy, which is very important. Ramazi not having fun with this map pick.
Yeah, this map does look incredibly tricky. Really focusing on finger control.
South Korea having a very nice 100,000 point lead. It is very dominant. And South Korea just refuses to give Philippines any sort of edge. They lost one map, they're not willing to lose another. To the disappointment of my pick'ems.
Yeah, they're just trying to maintain everyone else's pick'ems.
Well, the ones that were already ruined.
Oh, and a really nasty note lock from Rizumi coming in.
Yeah, and the note locking is only going to get worse, as I believe Ramazi just lost the A rank at the end there. No, he actually kept the A rank. That is pretty interesting.
All three of the other players finding really nice full combos, though.
So, wait, it shouldn't be South Korea. Actually, no, this is good. No, this is fine.
Yeah, so with South Korea now on,
Wait.
what's it called? Match point. If the Philippines want to win this, we are going to have to see them win the subsequent 4 maps in a row, and then the tiebreaker.
Now we're good.
So right now we're going to need to see a lot of hype for the Philippines if we're going to want to see them take on this massive challenge.
And it looks like they're going to be going with Planet. So here we go, the first free mod pick we're going to be seeing in the tournament, as Planet will be picked. OD is 6.5, about 2 minutes in length and 200 BPM. So South Korea is looking to end the match right now.
Alright, it does look like we see Jonah coming back in. I don't think they've played since the very first map.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's nearly midnight. I've started to forget.
Yeah, it should be kind of later in the day for all of these players as well, coming from kind of Eastern Asian countries.
Well, South Korea is what, +8, so for them it's like approaching 10 o'clock, approaching 11. For the Philippines, Whoa. Pachaco pulling out a nearly 1 million head start.
That's quite impressive, I have to say.
Oh, that is so impressive.
Unfortunately, they do lose it almost immediately, though.
Yeah, would have been really nice. But what is nice to see is South Korea opting to go with a mod advantage, and both Peaceful and Jonah will take Hidden and Hard Rock. And Jonah will go with Hard Rock. Pachaco will go with Hidden and Hard Rock, and Airy will go with no mod.
Yeah, so while Philippines does have a little bit of a disadvantage on score due to having less mods, it is arguably a bit more safe. And, you know, we could potentially see too many misses coming out from South Korea, and then going over to the Philippines. However, a double miss from the Philippines is not a good start.
Yeah, this is not what they needed. And Peaceful being extremely solid here. Things are not looking good for the Philippines. They are down 150,000 points in the last third. It is an extremely difficult feat to pull back that much this late into the map. As South Korea is looking on the path to win this 6-1. So, looks like as things wind down over here, the match will wrap up. South Korea beats Philippines 6-1. In the world of the pick'ems, it was widely expected, but still, Philippines gave up their best chance, and they got a point. So they did not get swept. It was a good result. I think they may be happy with that. Facing such a tough team. South
Very
Korea's
well done by all of the players in this match. The Philippines really taking on South Korea, a very dominant team, and even managing to achieve a point. So it's very impressive by them.
And even though Philippines lost 6-1, Philippines pulled off a lot of great scores. You know, it's definitely signaling to some of these other teams, well, we can pull off some really good scores, and we can still lose very convincingly. So, you gotta be at your best if you're gonna have a shot at winning this at this stage of the tournament. So, South Korea, sorry, you wanted to say something, Teasel?
Yeah, so South Korea will move on and face the winner of China and Canada. And even though the Philippines did just lose this match, they are not quite out of the tournament yet, as they dropped down into the losers bracket. I'm not too sure who they will end up facing against, though.
Probably the loser of... Isn't it the loser of China and Canada? Is that how it works? I don't know how the brackets work. I'm too tired to do this.
Someone's posted a challenge in the Twitch chat.
It's nearly midnight. I'm too tired. But it'll be there soon. We'll figure it out sooner rather than later.
Yes, it is. It's the loser of China and Canada that they go against.
Got it. Alright. Well, stay tuned in 6 minutes' time, as Germany will take on Singapore. I am going to sleep. I believe Teasel will be staying on board. He'll be joined by, I believe, Mr. Boo? Maybe?
Nope, I'll be joined by Ethan.
Okay, Ethan. Yeah, got it. My bad. So, he'll have Ethan and Teasel covering the next match. I'll be back tomorrow for China vs. Canada, but until then, stay tuned in about 5 minutes' time as we get the next match underway. If you did enjoy the stream, press the follow button, so that way you know when Osu Live goes live on Twitch.
And buy banners.
And buy banners, of course. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Taiko World Cup 2021 round of 16, almost like group stage there. This is the match between Germany and Singapore. So I am Teasel, and today I am joined by Ethan.
Yeah, hello everyone. This is going to be my first time commenting for TWC. I wasn't able to show up for group stage, so I'm here now. But yeah, pretty cool match. Singapore, really strong high seed, and Germany's also a really strong top seed, so definitely going to be a fun match to watch, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the performance from both of these teams in the group stage, but both teams are just achieving scores that other teams aren't really able to. Showing a consistent and dominant performance in their groups.
Yeah, and one of the cool things about Singapore is that a lot of their team is like new blood to the taiko scene. Like Otzi was brand new to the game like a year and a half to 2 years ago, and now he's in Taiko World Cup, so it's really cool to see like the progression from him and some of the other team members in this team. So yeah, definitely very cool to see.
Yeah, quite a few of Singapore's team members played in one of the GTS tournaments for kind of the rank range of kind of just above 500, and I believe they won that actually.
Yeah, they did win that, and it was really crazy because they lost first round in losers and then came all the way back and ended up winning the whole thing, which was really awesome to watch.
So yeah, they're very, very good players, very strong, and if they want to win, they will practice and practice and ensure that they achieve it.
Yeah, but Germany is also a team that's very good and very strong, and a lot of these players have been playing for quite a while. Mew's like a really strong player, been playing in TWC for a while, I believe. I'm not sure specifically how long exactly, but he's been around for a while. And they have a lot of strong players like X Martin, which is one of the best gimmick players I've ever seen. This man, he has some crazy scores.
Hidden as well. If there's a map where, you know, you can find some kind of lower SV and just overall kind of difficult to read, even no mod, you can guarantee that he's at least played at Hidden.
Yeah, this dude gets scores with Hidden that like people struggle to get like no mod. Like his Hidden reading is really good, and it'll be very cool to see like how strong he does on the Hidden picks this pool.
Yeah, just very recognizable names from Germany overall. But yeah, this will just be such an exciting match, I feel.
Yeah, definitely can't wait for it.
Alright, looking at the pick'ems for this match, the prediction is 87.8% to Germany winning this match, with the remaining 12.2% for Singapore.
Yeah, that's not too surprising, but I feel like 87 to like 12% is still quite like Singapore definitely has a slightly higher chance of maybe being able to win this. I personally put Singapore just because I want to go for the upset, because I think it'd be cooler to see. But yeah, Germany definitely, I feel like overall probably has the advantage in this match.
Yeah, with Germany topping their group last week, kind of really sets kind of an idea of how strong they are. The Singapore, they came second in their group, losing, getting swept by the United States. So whether it was that the United States were just even stronger than Singapore, well, clearly they were, but just incredibly strong to levels that we cannot even fathom. I don't know. Singapore, they're not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, and as we're talking, the bans are going out, and HR2 is going to be banned, and then followed up by Fremod 2 from Germany.
Alright, yeah, bans that we did not see in the last match at all, so switching up quite a bit.
And yeah, I believe Germany won the roll, so they're going to be the first to pick, and they're just thinking about their pick right now, from the looks of it.
Yeah, might as well use up your time to make sure that you're confident and kind of happy with the pick.
Yeah, that'd be very unfortunate if your first pick ended up being a breakpoint, so gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a scary wake-up call, especially if it's just the first map of the whole match. And they decide to go for double time 2. The very, very, very long double time.
Yeah, this map's quite interesting. I believe it's the more techy DT, but I might be wrong on that.
I believe it is. It definitely has some technical aspects to it.
Yeah, it is the tech DT from the looks of it, just looking at it. Yeah, this map's quite interesting, actually. It's very long for a DT as well. It's at 6 minutes just no mod, and I believe that makes it around 4 to 3-ish minutes with DT, so very long map.
Everyone get ready to go meet your friend downtown. Yeah, with these double time picks being, or this one in particular, being quite accuracy based, because it's so long, a miss can not mean too much if the accuracy is still very strong. And with the accuracy performances we were seeing from Singapore last week on some of these maps, I think they could have the potential to steal this first pick away from Germany.
Yeah, actually, one thing that I did notice is that Singapore was actually pretty good at accuracy DT in AGTS tournament you were talking about earlier. They ended up winning, so I think they might be able to actually upset this if they can play the map, and they should be able to. All these players are very strong, so I definitely could see them in taking just a breakpoint really early on.
Alright, so playing for Singapore, we have Blurarg and Zetchi, and for Germany, we have Furs and Zayfa.
As you can see, most people are kind of struggling to get some ACK early on. Zayfan's the only one that still has an SS on the board.
Yeah, and holding that double S is really helping Germany there, just maintain this early lead.
Yeah, but there's plenty of map to go, and just as they're speaking about it, he does end up dropping it, so feels bad, but still holding very strong accuracy. As you can see, FRZ and Zetchi are at 97. It really just comes down to how well he can ACK.
Yeah, and with the scores flickering back and forth so constantly, it's really difficult to kind of tell who's gonna be winning it based off of how the intro is gone.
Yeah, it can really go either way, and just as we were saying that, FRZ and Zetchi end up trading misses.
Yeah, so overall it's...
but Zetchi misses again, so it should be going over to Germany, actually.
Yeah, it's slowly building up in Germany's favor, but barely.
Yeah, it's still very close. There's so much map in her to go. Blarg is actually catching up really quickly to Zafon's accuracy. He was having some act troubles earlier, but now he's at 99.6, just a few 100s behind Zafon, and they're pretty much tied up. It's basically the major difference right now is just FRZ and Tzechi.
However, if we do see massive act drops or a miss coming from either Blarg or Zafon, it could really change the tide of the map.
Oh, and some 100 drops and some 100s from Zafon, and now the lead's over in Singapore.
Massive drops from Tzechi though in that stream, immediately giving the lead back over to Germany.
Yeah, that mono is brutal. I don't know if Tzechi is DDKK, but if you are DDKK, trying to hit that is definitely brutal. Oh, and another is for Tzechi. And now it's just looking really strong for Germany now.
Yeah, more than halfway through the map now, and they do have a fairly comfortable lead now, so as long as they can maintain that, then point is theirs.
He does find a miss, but there's going to need to be a lot more misses from Germany, really, in order to get it back over to Singapore's side. I don't know, but I think that miss right there from Tzechi might be the final nail in the coffin, potentially.
Yeah, we're going to have to see some bigger drops coming from Germany, I think, if we're going to want to see Singapore take this break point.
It doesn't look like anything's really happening at the moment. Both of Journey's players are still holding combo. And yeah, I just don't think there's really enough map left for Singapore to be able to take it.
Yeah, coming into the outro section now, nothing too crazy going on that could allow for too many breaks or just overall a point to switch over.
Yeah, Germany's going to take this point quite decisively as well. At the beginning, it was looking like it could go either way, but that huge drop from Tzechi it was really hard to come back from that, really. And FRZ was able to hold his combo, so ended up just going over to Germany. And that's going to be first point going over to Germany. Not a break point, so we're going to see what Singapore picks to tie it up, potentially.
These two full combos coming from Blarg and Zafon, though, are absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, that accuracy is insane. I don't know what UR that is, but that's definitely some absolutely cracked out UR.
Yeah, so with that performance coming from Germany, Singapore are going to need to combat that with their own very strong pick.
And Singapore is going to end up picking Fremont 3.
The map with the really crazy ending that, if the scores are close, could potentially change who's winning. The main question in this map is what mod combinations are we going to be seeing?
Yeah, it is quite an anti-mod map, so it'll be quite interesting to see what mods get picked. only one person. You only need one mod on your team really in order to play. But the question is it going to be worth it if your opponents are going like double hidden hard rock or something crazy like that?
Yeah, going for the high risk, high reward strategy.
Yeah, there's a chance Singapore could be going for something like that, like throwing Blurard hidden hard rock and then Oddsy just hard rock or no mod or something. Although Oddsy's a hidden player, so if he's coming in, it's likely to be hidden from him and Blurard hidden or hard rock. Maybe hidden hard if he's feeling it, I don't know.
Yeah, another rule to make note of is that the two players on the same team cannot have the same mod combination.
And now Germany's gonna be getting Mew into the lobby, swapping out FRZ, I believe it was. And Singapore's gonna swap out Tazechi for Oddsy, so yeah. I'm really curious what mod combos we're gonna see actually. We're about to start in just a second, so and Vlarg with hidden hard rock, and so is Mew actually, and Oddsy going hidden just like I expected, and Zafon with just hard rock. So no team has any mod advantage really, but Zafon and Oddsy are going to be battling with two different mods, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah, this is a little unexpected for such an anti-mod map.
Yeah, it's meant to be the anti-mod map, and we almost have like all hidden hard rock, or we have two hidden hard rocks, so yeah.
Oddsy does pick up an early few 100s, just with this slow section at the beginning being a little bit more tricky for hidden compared to everything else.
You have some spooky ghost tapping. He's like ghost tapping like 3 times before the note comes up.
Yeah, I would just find that a bit too risk. I would just miss.
Yeah, I would feel too scared her to ghost tap that aggressively with hidden on. But I'm not a hidden player, so yeah. Looks like Germany's gonna take the early ACK lead, but it's not by a lot, really. Main difference making up right now is just Oddsy at 97, and Blark actually holding an SS, okay.
Yeah, just Blarg doing Blarg things, you know.
Yeah, just Blarg things. And yeah, with Blarg's SS, now the score is going to start flickering just a little bit. If Oddsy can just hold up, get his accuracy up to 99, they could easily just start. Oh no, just did I say that though? Oddsy missing quite a bit. Now Germany with a pretty nice lead. But Mew's actually gonna miss, but it's only one miss really. It's not gonna make up the difference too much. They need Germany to miss again really for a chance.
Those were some impressive curses.
Yeah. I've been practicing.
Yeah, the scores are close enough where I still feel like this is anyone's game.
Yeah, and as you said, the ending does get pretty intense, so... Oh no, but Oddsy missing on the slow section! It's not looking good for Singapore so far, but we're going to see how the last section goes. Blarg is still holding near SS accuracy. Like, he is having a near perfect play, which is just absolutely insane. Like, he's keeping this mat really close for Singapore. Oh, and Mew with another miss! This could start changing things, potentially, as we get to the last part of the map.
Yeah, the score is slowly, ever so surely, going over to Singapore, but there isn't a whole lot of map left. If we could see a miss coming from Zayfon, it would be very important for Singapore.
Oh, and another miss from Mew! Oh my god, wait, is there enough map left? Oh no, I don't think there is! Yeah, those 100s from Odyssey in the last second. Oh my goodness. Mew almost just, like, last second tossed it over to Singapore. And Germany's gonna be taking it, gonna be taking the first breakpoint of this match. Now up 2-0. Blarg with absolutely insane accuracy, and Zayfon also with some pretty good accuracy, but Blarg hitting Hard Rock 11 100s.
Yeah, less than 6,000 score between the teams there. Yeah, some really unfortunate misses from Odyssey there, but those slow sections are really brutal for Hidden.
Yeah, it is anti-mod for a reason. If you can't play the slow sections with Hidden, that's just unfortunate, really. But yeah, those sections can be really brutal, and then also the fast section with Hard Rock. Man, dude, Zayfon hitting that? That's crazy. And with the accuracy he did.
Alright, this puts Germany in a very good spot. 2 points up, and we're back to their pick.
Yeah, if Germany picks the right map, they could just be up 3-0 now. So definitely a really strong start for Germany. And Singapore's gonna have to start taking some breakpoints soon.
So they decided to go with No Mod 3. Kind of the much faster map of the No Mods. And generally comes down to the accuracy from what I've seen so far.
And Germany's going to swap out both their players, and Mainkuchi is going to be entering the match for the first time, and FRZ is returning. And Singapore's also swapping out one of their players, but we're going to see who they swap out, or who they swap to. And Singapore is gonna pull out Prehistoria, which is also coming into the match for the first time.
Yeah, not much of a surprise. A player very focused on speed. Alright, so getting to this one, this is Germany's pick, so they will definitely be confident on it. So it'll be, more eyes will probably be on the Singapore side to see how they perform.
Yeah, Prehistoria going to be picking up a couple of early 100s, but not really going to affect the result too much. Everyone's holding pretty solid accuracy so far. It's just Prehistoria at 99.2, really. It's making up the big difference at the moment. This map's a bit shorter than the other one, so... let's see how the second half of this map ends up going. Finally a bit of a shorter map. All the other maps have been like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it just means every little thing just counts so much more.
Yeah, and Blarg is actually going to drop his SS, and now FRZ, the only SS on the board.
And FRZ does find that 100.
Yeah, as we get into the last section of the map, everyone's still holding their FC. It's just coming down to accuracy. Prehistoria's dropping quite a bit of 100s, almost going under 99. And actually, he's gonna miss it. It looks like he's no-locked as well. And that's gonna be really hard to come back from. That's like one of the last sections of the map, really. We've only got like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, we're gonna have to see big, massive drops from Germany if we're gonna want to see Singapore take this point, but I doubt that's likely at this point.
Yeah, and another miss from Prehistoria. Oh no. Yeah, it looks like it's over for Singapore to take this point. And yeah, almost everyone FC'd that map. It's just unfortunate misses from Prehistoria. And FRZ is actually going to be MVPing that map with 1/100, choking the SS, and Blarg's not too far behind, 3 100s.
Alright, so we do go back to Singapore's pick.
And Singapore picking another free mod. And considering Blarg went Hidden Hard Rock and Near SS the anti-mod pick, he's definitely going to go Hidden Hard Rock on this.
Oh, absolutely.
The question is, how many other people will go Hidden Hard Rock? Germany's probably going to have one other Hidden Hard Rock, but let's see if they'll risk it and go double Hidden Hard Rock, or if both the teams will just stick with one Hidden Hard Rock.
It does look like for Singapore we are seeing a similar setup, so we're probably going to see the Hidden Hard Rock and Hidden.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how well Odsy can Hidden Hard Rock, but I know he can hidden pretty well, so it's confirmed that he will at the very least go Hidden.
Alright, we have a Hidden Hard Rock from Blarg and Mew, and Hidden from Odsy and Mayankuchi.
Yeah, pretty similar to the last free mod, except the only difference is that Germany, instead of having one Hard Rock, they have one Hidden. And early accuracy drops actually from both players on Germany's side. I was just about to comment on Odsy holding an SS, but unfortunately he did end up dropping it. But Singapore's still going to be in the ACK lead. Actually, maybe not. Okay, it looks like they're still going to keep their lead. Odsy was starting to drop a lot of 100s there. That was getting quite spooky.
Yeah, that slow section not being very good for him there.
Yeah, Odsy is really struggling on some of these slow sections, and understandably so. But it looks like Singapore is going to be able to keep up their lead. They really need this map win.
Yeah, Berard's insane accuracy on hidden hard rock is really helping out.
Yeah, Blarg is just doing Blarg things and really carrying Singapore. It looks like Mew's kind of struggling actually, but no, Otzi's actually going to end up missing, and now the lead's just going to go over to Germany. Despite the insane accuracy from Blarg, just that miss is going to potentially costing them. It is still quite close. If there is an accuracy or a miss drop, or if there's any sort of drops from Germany, it will slide on over to Singapore.
Yeah, coming up right to the end of the map, though, is going to be close.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there might not be enough map left. And yeah, there just isn't. Germany is actually just going to steal that last second. Oh my, feels bad.
Just such unfortunate misses coming in.
Yeah, that was quite close. Just the ending, Oddsy ended up just choking. And Blarg with 1/100 near assessing with Hidden Hard Rock.
Well, now that we, while we wait for Germany's next pick, gonna take this chance to plug the banners that we have. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Oh yeah, so TWC has banners, yeah. Make sure to check them out on the website.
Yeah, so for only $2.50 USD, you can purchase a beautiful banner to display on your profile, and to kind of help fund the World Cup a little bit. And you can choose from any of the 16 countries that have made it this far in the tournament. And if you choose the banner of the winning team, you get to keep the banner on your profile for significantly longer.
Yeah, you keep it for exactly 1 year, I believe, until the next TWC, and then it will be removed from your profile if you pick the right team. But yeah, all the proceeds from the banners go straight to the prize pool, so if you want to help fund the World Cups, that's an awesome way to do it.
And Germany have made their pick, and they're going for Nomad 5, the more gimmicky map of this pool.
Yeah, and X Martin's coming in for Germany. Not really too much of a surprise there, as he is one of the best gimmick players on that team and in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Who we're going to have coming in for Singapore is a bit of a different question. I predict it'll be Zetchi based on the incredible performance Singapore had on the gimmick map last week. And there we go, we do see Zetchi coming in. So Singapore is going to take the early lead. Still a very, very close point though, with only accuracy coming into it. Blarg still holding double S though.
Yeah, every single map, Blarg is just pulling out crazy accuracy for Singapore. Question is, can Singapore keep up this lead? This is Germany's pick, so...
Based on the fact that Singapore have clearly been practicing this, I think they've kind of been waiting for Germany to hopefully pick this map.
Yeah, Blarg's actually going to lose his SS, but still really solid accuracy, and Muse not too far behind, 99.6 right now, and as I say, it does drop a little bit, but still quite solid accuracy. X-Barn's going to drop under the 99, so is Suzechi. Oh, and Mew! Oh my! I think he just missed that entire pattern right there.
Yeah, that was massive drop coming from him. And that's going to propel Singapore into the lead.
Yeah, now Singapore just needs to avoid like a crazy note lock and they might be able to take this. Yeah, I don't think there's really enough map really for a comeback from Germany.
Yeah, even with just a regular miss, I don't think it'd be able to happen. It'd have to be...
No, it would have to be like missing like 20 notes in a row. And yeah, Singapore's going to take it and escape the sweep from Germany. That's going to be 4-1. Still quite still quite a ways from being able to win this match, but they do have the next pick, so they could start maybe rolling a bit of a comeback, hopefully.
Blarg with 1-100 on a finisher.
Oh, it's not a finisher? Feels bad. But yeah, he almost SS this map again. I kind of feel bad for Blarg, because he's literally gone 1-100 like 3 times. Please let this man SS.
And Mew thinks that they practiced the wrong diff. Oh no, as in, they played the wrong difficulty.
Oh no.
There was a thing with the bar lines getting removed. And it looks like they played the one that still had them all in. The players saying don't believe it would change the outcome of that point though.
Yeah, it's really just up to the ref if they do replay that, I believe, so I guess we'll just have to see. And Singapore is going to pick Hidden too.
Yeah, so we are going to be moving on.
Yeah, Speedy Hidden coming up. A decently long map at 3 minutes.
Yeah, definitely a bit more of a comfortable hidden map.
Yeah, it's quite comfy. I think the only thing that isn't really too comfy is the OD's a little bit higher than normal. It's at 6.2, but I don't believe that catch too many of these players off guard. And Odyssey coming in for Singapore, not very surprising.
Perhaps this first point for Singapore could be the start of something a bit bigger. Maybe see them take quite a few more as well.
Yeah, I think Singapore definitely has potential to get some more points in this match. It's just a lot of unfortunate things happening. They lost one of the picks by only 9,000 points.
Yeah, just in this case, It's just one incredibly strong team against another.
Derby's a team that'll just punish any sort of mistake you make on a map, really. They just have so many strong players on their team. Oh no, Ryan with the miss. That was a really early miss, dang. That shouldn't affect things too much in the long term, maybe?
Yeah, it does reset around 200 combos, so it does make a difference. But we'll just need to wait and see for the rest of the map.
It's quite an early miss, so... Everyone else is still holding their SS though, actually. Oh jeez, I miss Matter a lot actually, because everyone's holding really high accuracy. Ozzy's gonna drop his SS though, as I say that.
Only about 1/100 though, by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like 100. I don't know if that was on a finisher or not. Oh, and Mew's actually gonna miss as well, and now there's no more full combos on Germany's side.
This is massive for Singapore.
Yeah, this is absolutely massive for Singapore, but we're just gonna see how the rest of the map goes. Clark still holding his SS, and Oddsy with just a few 100s. Only one or two, I believe. I don't know if he dropped another, but if he didn't, he's still at 1/100. Singapore's still holding a really nice lead right now. And it's just coming down to those misses from Germany. There's not really too much map left for comeback, really. It's just... Oh wait, no, Blark dropped his SS, oh no. Sorry, if he won 100 again.
Yeah, a few 100s coming in here and there, but as long as they continue to hold strong.
And yet, Singapore with really strong performance, almost like a double SS. Oddsy with about 8 100s, and Blark once again 1/100ing. Just let the man SS come on. But yeah, as we said, it could be the start of something potentially really good for Singapore, but they're going to have to survive still quite a bit of picks from Germany.
Yeah, so that was their own pick, and we are going back to Germany now.
And Germany's going to pick DT1. So yeah, they did really good on DT2, but Tech DT and normal DT are quite different, really, so... Quite interested to see who Singapore end up bringing.
Yeah,
maybe Prius potentially, as he is a high VPM player, but I don't know how comfy he is with this map.
Yeah, true. Singapore did also do very good on double time too, and they've also shown that they can kind of maintain very strong scores on kind of regular speed as well. So yeah, this is another one that's going to be that could just kind of go to any side.
It looks like I might have been right on Prehistoria coming in for Singapore, as they're already saying it does need to be moved over tournament server. Yep, I was correct on that. Prehistoria is coming in for Singapore.
Alright, cool. Should hopefully be getting into the map fairly soon now. Prehistoria is not looking terribly confident, but yeah, we'll just have to see how it actually goes.
It is quite a short map, so anything can really happen. Just a little over 2 minutes long, so... Prehistoria is gonna have some really ack issues.
Oh yeah, dropping all the way down to below 95, but very quickly building it back up again.
Yeah, I have a feeling this map might just come down to just who misses first, really. Argon and Zaphon are tied on accuracy, and FRZ is just only a few 100s behind. Prehistoria is still struggling on accuracy, but he is up to 98. Singapore's really gonna need Germany to miss at some point. It doesn't look like they will be able to take this off of accuracy. Although Zaphon does drop down to 99.4, but still. The accuracy difference is still really high.
Yeah, they're just still holding so strongly. Yeah, with the map going by quickly, with only a third of it left, unless we do see some misses very soon. This is looking like it's going to be Germany's 5th point.
Yeah, Prehistoria dropping under 98. It looks like he's going to recover quickly and go back up to 98. They're really going to need a miss from Germany any second, but as the map... This is only just...
There's the miss.
20 seconds. Oh, there is the miss. I did not see that, and it is still quite close, but... Oh, it will start sliding over to Singapore! They just need to keep up their combos, and they got this! And they do it! Oh my! And a breakpoint from Singapore!
This is exactly what they've been looking for.
Yeah, it's just the momentum swing all the way over to Singapore. Now it's 4-3 when they were down 4-0. Prehistoria, oh my. That accuracy was very spooky, but he did a full comboing, thankfully.
Yeah, very, very well played by him. This is really unfortunate for Germany, where those 2 misses coming from Zayfon really close to the end.
Yeah, and as I said, it just came down to who missed first, really. And now Singapore with the pick. They could get this to be 4-4. Don't count Singapore out of this match just yet.
Yeah, Singapore are going to want to be very careful with their next pick, because if they lose this next one, that puts Germany into match point, meaning if Singapore want to win it, they're going to have to play the tiebreaker.
A round of 16 tiebreaker would be quite spicy. I would like to see that.
Yeah, especially since it'd be the first one in recorded Taiko World Cup history.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't believe there has been a tiebreaker in TWC history in round of 16, so this would be literally making history, potentially. But let's not call it a bit too soon. Still got a little bit of this match here to go. And looks like Germany is gonna be picking Hidden One.
Ah, but it's Singapore's pick.
Ah. Oh, wait.
They are going for No Mod 1 instead.
Looks like they're just going for the consistency battle. Singapore has some really nice no mod accuracy, so this could be a pretty good pick.
So we are seeing Zetchi coming in for the accuracy consistency. Yeah, Blar doesn't look too happy about all of the spamming against him. He's just gonna come out and prove you all wrong.
Blarga's been playing insane on every single pick. Like, I don't think Blarga has not been on a pick in this entire match. Like, he's been on every single pick, and he's been, like, near MVP or MVPing.
I believe he was actually out on one of the really early maps, although I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's been on nearly every single pick. Jeremy's gonna drop the first 100 and the first miss from Mew.
I was too afraid to say anything, but wow.
Yeah, it's like any second someone could just randomly miss and you just curse them completely. And Zetchi's gonna drop 100 as well, but both the Singapore's players are still holding that full combo. The only assist left is just Blarg. And he does drop that as they say that, unfortunately.
Yeah, some brutal 1-6 coming in.
Yeah, this is really hard to act, really. Even though it's only OD5, there's still some sections that can be pretty hard to consistently act well. He's dropping his act quite a bit, but still holding the full combo, so Singapore is going to keep that lead for now. It's still anyone's game. It's quite close right now. Singapore is still keeping up this lead. Not too much is really happening. The lead is just staying on Singapore's side, but it's not by too much. Oh no, but Zeshi with the miss on the doubles! Oh wait, no, I think that was not double, I don't know.
It does look like there is enough of the map that it could switch back.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go over to Germany, I think. If they drop any 100s, it will go over to Germany. And it looks like it's just gonna be going over to Germany either way. Oh, I think Germany just stole that last second. Oh my god. A 1,000 point difference.
Yeah, that's insane. It's not often you see points that close.
Yeah, that map was extremely close. I thought that was going over to Singapore, but that ending, there's some brutal patterns in there. You gotta watch out for those.
So that point puts Germany back to, well, not back to, but it just puts them onto match point. So it's a very scary situation for Singapore. And we are also back to Germany's pick. So Singapore, if they want a chance of winning this, they're going to have to take a break point for Germany here and then win their own pick after that.
Yeah, and on top of that, they have to win the tiebreaker as well. So, quite a steep hill in order to climb, but I mean, there's always a chance it can happen.
Yeah, they did win the past 3 points in a row, so it is possible.
Yeah, this one was really close, so Singapore's not out of it just yet, but definitely looking like it's in favor of Germany.
And it looks like Germany are going for Hard Rock 1. Alright, so it does look like we're having Zafon coming in for this map, and still not another player for Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore might struggle at Hard Rock, I don't know. I believe they banned it, so... yeah, Hard Rock 2 was banned, but I don't know if it was Singapore or Germany that banned it. I'm gonna assume it's Singapore, considering Germany's picking Hard Rock 1. So Singapore might struggle at Hard Rock, but we'll have to see. It is quite a short map as well. It's under 2 minutes.
Yeah, they have proven that they are very strong at accuracy, so it could actually end up being okay.
Yeah, if they can play this, then definitely. And also blurring accuracy is a thing, so...
The first 100 does come from Zetchi. Still very early on, though.
Yeah, Zetchi seems to be struggling a little bit on some of these patterns. Oh, so is Mew, though. Yeah, now Mew is actually going to drop down to almost under 99, but he's going to keep it. Zetchi now has higher accuracy than Mew. Larg's going to lose his SS, and so is Zaphon on that same second, really. And Zaphon with a miss!
And Mew all the way down to 98.7.
And Zaphon with another miss! It could go over to Singapore! This could be a break point, and we could... Oh my god, tiebreaker could be happening.
I think it's pretty acceptable to get your tiebreaker hypes out now. Although maybe don't celebrate this point too early, but it is looking very favourable for Singapore.
Yeah, they just have one more section left. And they have such a crazy point lead right now. Zaphon with another miss, and it looks like that pretty much confirms it. Singapore is gonna take it. It's gonna take this map and a breakpoint. Get your tiebreaker hype ready, boys. Oh my god.
This is very exciting to see.
We could be seeing a round of 16 tiebreaker for the first time in Taiko World Cup history. But we still need to wait for what Singapore will pick next. And Blarg, as usual, getting exactly 1/100.
Yeah, this is pretty much exactly the perfect kind of scenario for Singapore to be in. 1 point away from taking it to tiebreaker, and it is their own pick. We do still have Mango and Jay just not believing in the round of 16 tiebreaker, saying it's impossible, but we'll see.
Dude, I fully believe in Singapore right now. I did low-key vote for them upsetting Germany in tiebreaker on my pick'em, so I might low-key get my pick'ems exactly right.
I have mine set for Germany winning 6-4, so I'm also in a very good position here.
Oh, yeah? But yeah, Germany could just take this right here, right now, and just deny the tiebreaker. Just really depends on what Singapore picks now.
Yeah, this is a lot of nerves are going to be on every single player right now.
Oh, Blurg might be calling a tactical timeout. Pretty wise move, to be honest. Everyone's nerves is probably really high right now. And yeah, it looks like we are going to be taking a bit of a tactical timeout for just 2 minutes. So Singapore can decide their final pick.
Alright, and just because this match has kind of run over its time a little bit, and we do have a 2 minutes break, Argentina versus Indonesia has now started, with Argentina winning the role and banning Hidden 1, and Indonesia banning Hard Rock 1.
Yeah, we'll be swapping over to that match right as this one ends. And also, we'll be having Mr. Boo come in for commentating, and it'll be me and him.
Yep, I will be leaving, sadly.
Feels bad. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see what Singapore picks. They could go with another free mod potentially, although I believe one of the free mods were banned, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. There's just not that many maps left to pick from.
Yeah, there just really isn't. Whenever you go to near tiebreaker, it's not really a lot of options you have. Both these teams are definitely not picking their most comfortable maps. And if they are, then like, I guess they just really held their pocket pick for a while.
And they decide to go for no mod too.
Another no mod, and it's gonna be the tech no mod. That, and a short map as well.
Yeah, requiring a lot of finger control and accuracy.
Yeah, it's an OD7, which is quite high for a no mod, especially at 5.7 star rating. This map is quite technical, so gonna be very surprised if we see a lot of high accuracies in this lobby on this map. Apparently Mango doesn't want the round of 16 tiebreaker curse to end right now.
Yeah, he's a very strong believer of Japan losing the World Cup first before the round of 16 tiebreaker occurs. And we are currently in pretty much the best position you could ever be in for it to happen.
Yeah, and Xmar is going to be coming in for Germany, one of their better tech players, and Kazetchi and Blarg are going to be coming in. And yeah, Blarg's pretty much confirmed to be on every single pick, I believe. I might have to look into the MP link to see if like earlier he wasn't in. Kazetchi has some really strong nomad accuracy, so definitely very possible for Singapore to take this point.
Yeah, we do have nerves coming in though into play.
Yeah, X Martin and Mew dropping some early 100s, but not really too surprising as the map's OD7.
Yeah, I'm genuinely just too nervous to call out anything.
Yeah, this is just so insane to watch. It's absolutely insane just seeing this right now. We could be seeing history for Taiko World Cup. Singapore with the early accuracy lead. But let's see if they can keep that. There's been a lot of instances of Singapore just choking last second, so let's see if that happens yet again. And all by Mew and Martin missing on the same notes! Almost halfway through the map, we could be seeing a tiebreaker. Let's not call it too soon. Let's see if Singapore can hold up their full combos.
This is absolutely massive for Singapore.
Yes, Singapore's keeping up their lead. It looks like we're going to tiebreaker. The round of 16 curse might have just been defeated.
I can't believe it.
And yeah, there's not really too much map left. It's happening, boys. Tiebreaker.
Yeah, even if we see misses now, not much is going to change.
It's happening. Oh my god. Singapore is going to be going to tiebreaker against Germany. Blarg with only 3 100s and Tzechi with 99 AK and a full combo. We are seeing Taiko World Cup history.
The first ever round of 16 tiebreaker in recorded history.
Oh my god, the nerves from all players must be absolutely insane.
So yeah, everyone get your hype, spam in the chat, do whatever you need to do. Because we're in the tiebreaker for Germany versus Singapore.
This is so crazy, and yeah, this is gonna be quite a crazy map. If you guys don't know, Tiebreaker is free mod, so you are able to pick mods, but you know, Tiebreaker is quite hard to play the mods usually, so...
With this,
if any mods come out, dude. They might be too nervous to pick any mods, to be honest.
Yeah, with this one though, I would argue that this map is surprisingly moddable for a tiebreaker.
Oh, really? All right, we might be seeing like a hidden battle or something. Blarg is a player that's very capable of modding, like very anti-mod stuff. So even if this was anti-mod, we could be seeing like Blarg go like hidden or hard rock. And Oddsy's coming in, so we could be seeing hidden from him.
Potentially, yeah. The rule of like a double of the same mod from the same team, that gets lifted. So we could potentially see double hidden coming from Singapore, or Blarg could maybe be brave and go for the hidden rock.
Blarg might be sight reading this. Oh, he is apparently sight reading this. Oh my god, we're seeing a sight read as well. Honestly, to be fair, I mean, this has never happened in TWC history, a round of 16 TV, so... To be fair, he probably was not expecting this.
Yeah, that's one thing that, yeah, I guess many of the players wouldn't think about, is, you know, practicing this specific round's tiebreaker, just because it never happens.
See, though, X Martins looks to be coming in for Germany, potentially. Oh, and actually, Germany is going to be calling in a timeout, I think? They might have not practiced as well, and they might be going in to check the map for a minute and, like, edit it or something.
It's always a possibility.
This is insane as well, because Singapore was down 4-0 to Germany. Like, this is looking like a potential sweep, and now we're in tiebreaker. Just an absolutely insane comeback. Even if Singapore doesn't win this match, the effort, like, that went in for them to almost win is insane.
Yeah, this is a match that will definitely not be forgotten throughout this tournament, and, you know, now that it's made history, probably for a long time. Yeah, it does seem like all the players are quickly checking at the map in the editor, making any final preparations they can. A little quick update on the Argentina versus Indonesia match. Currently, Argentina is 2 points up on Indonesia.
Yeah, they,
3-0, that is.
And oh my god, we're seeing 4 hiddens! Alright, so this is the bootleg hidden pick. That's also 6 minutes and 6 minutes long, so... Yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
Clark gonna be sight reading with hidden, though. He's gonna really be testing his consistency. Both teams having a lot of early accuracy drops, except Blurard, with holding his SS still. Oh, and X-Martin with an early miss!
That's going to give Singapore a little bit of comfort room there with an early lead.
Yeah, but still, this map is 6 minutes long. There is so much time for Germany to just have any sort of comeback into this. But X-Martin dropping under 99, that's 98.7.
The nerves in all of these players right now just must be through the roof.
Yeah, I'd imagine. And Blurard's still holding his SS. X-Martin climbing back up to over 99, but still, Germany's gonna have to wait for a miss from Singapore.
And we do see Blurard dropping the double S as well.
Yeah, but they still have quite a comfy lead. Actually, Oddsy's accuracy is climbing really high as well at 99.7.
Yeah, nobody finding a drop on that mono at all.
It just looks like a lot of early drops now. Everyone's holding up pretty nicely. X-Martin seems to be really struggling to hold accuracy on this pick, and it's allowing Singapore to keep up the lead. Oh no, but Odsy with the miss! He almost note-locked there, but he prevented the note-lock at the very least. And it looks like they might still be able to keep this lead, actually.
Yeah, it does look like it. That could have been significantly worse if he wasn't able to save that.
Yeah, he barely saved that note-lock. Oh my god. I think that high OG really helped that out. And Mike... Oh my god, and a miss from Mike.
Yeah, just...
Now the only full combo is just Blurard.
All eyes are on him now.
But it isn't over until it's over, really. There's still quite a bit of map to go. This is 6 minutes long. We're just halfway through, and the lead is still only by about 15,000 points, really. X-Martin really still struggling to hold accuracy, still under 99.
Still a very impressive play overall, but
yeah, everyone's playing really great, because I don't imagine a lot of these players have really practiced this map, so this is just coming down to like how good their taiko fundamentals are, really.
If anything, that kind of seems a bit like a test in itself.
Yeah, in its own way. Blurard holding near SS accuracy still, and the only full combo to add along onto that. not really too much to say. The score lead isn't really going anywhere. It's staying in Singapore's side by quite a bit. And oh, another miss on the soul section. Ozzy's gonna trade it though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's gonna bring too much effect into the score overall.
Yeah, since Ozzy traded it, it's just... Oh, I think that was client-sided.
I imagine...
So that second miss... Oh, Ozzy, that looks like an actual miss there from Ozzy. That might start switching things up just a little bit.
Yeah,
less comfort room for Singapore.
Yeah, Blarg's full combo is restored, but yeah, that does look like it was some misses from Ozzy there.
Yeah, there was a couple of actual misses from Ozzy. Oh no, and everyone missing except Blarg! Blarg holding his full combo! Everyone having a massive drop right there. If Blarg single-handedly keeping it in the lead for Singapore.
Yeah, the score is slowly but surely getting over to Germany's side just due to their just kind of overall consistency. Ozzy struggling a little bit with the accuracy now. Blarg maintaining it though.
Yeah, I think Ozzy might have note locked on that because that lead is this lead has started to diminish just a little bit. It is not over for Germany. Chat, spam to give your hype to either of these teams right now because they're gonna need it in this last section. Oh my god, I think Blarg is actually gonna full combo this map. And we're getting to the last section of the map. There's not a lot of map left, really. It's just gonna come down to any last second misses. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Is there even enough map left?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on at the end of this map. Everything's looking fairly consistent, just like the rest of the map.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much. And that is it. Oh my god. Singapore are gonna upset Germany in round of 16. Blarg. Oh my god. Full combo. Oh, voice crack. Full comboing that map on sight read with 9 100s.
This match truly is something to behold.
Singapore down 4-0 and coming back in tiebreaker. That is it. Oh my god, that match is just absolutely insane. GG, well played to all these players. Everyone played phenomenally, to be honest. For sight read, like, everyone played so well.
And just throughout this whole match, is like, just in total, just every single player just taking on every single map to its absolute fullest.
I can't believe I actually predicted this match score exactly right. I predicted a tiebreaker and Singapore would win, and then it actually happened.
Yeah, I was about to say, who could have predicted?
Yeah, who could have predicted? Oh my god. Not a lot of people were predicting that for sure.
I would not be surprised if you were the only one.
Just an absolutely insane match, and Ozzy showing up in that match. Just starting out the game just 2 years ago, really. And now look at him defeating Germany in the tiebreaker in TWC 2021 round of 16. What a match.
Alright, so that does mean Singapore is going to move on to next week and will face the winner of Malaysia versus Brazil. And Germany will drop down into the losers bracket, so they're not quite out yet, and they will be facing the loser of Brazil versus Malaysia.
Yeah, Germany's a very scary team to go against in a round 1 losers bracket. And yeah, as that match finishes, we're going to be hopping straight over to Indonesia versus Argentina, I believe.
Yes, no, not Malaysia, I think it's, is it? No.
It's Indonesia versus Argentina, so
Indonesia, yeah. I don't know, I must have heard it wrong.
Alright. So yeah, Teasel's going to be dropping out. I don't know if you have anything you want to end off that match with.
Oh, I think it speaks for itself, honestly.
It does, yeah. What a match, really. And yeah, so we're gonna be swapping over to the next match. It's gonna be me and Mr. Boo commentating that, so just gonna be swapping over in just a moment, I believe.
Alright, good luck with that match and enjoy.
Yeah, Teasel, have a great day.
You too. See you, everyone.
And yeah, we're just hopping straight in. Hello, Moo.
Yeah, hello. I was wondering if I was gonna get a little intro or anything, but it looks like we're just gonna jump straight into it.
Yeah, it looks like we're just hopping straight into it, and yeah, Indonesia with a pretty nice lead so far. Argentina is up 3-0 though.
Right.
And yeah, this map's finishing up. There isn't too much potential for Argentina to come back into this map. This would be a very nice point for Indonesia. I don't know if this is a break point or not, as we are kind of hopping in just halfway through the match, really.
Yeah, do you have any idea on kind of how the match has progressed so far? Like, what has been picked by who?
Not really. Argentina, the last map that they won, it was quite close by only 23,000 in Hard Rock 2. And it looks like it was Indonesia's pick, so Argentina will be picking the next map. And, yeah, Mr. Boo's having some mic issues, so sorry about that, chat. And looks like it's gonna be DT1 from Argentina. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Argentina is a DT team, so, or a pretty speedy DT team, so this definitely looks like it'll be a good pick. I'm not 100% sure on Indonesia's DT ability. But we'll have to see, as Catdon is going to be in for this match, or for this map. I don't think Argentina swapped out any of their players.
Alright, am I still a robot?
A little.
My life.
Alright, well, Mr. Boo is still having audio issues. We're just going to be starting into this next match, or next map. Oh my god, I cannot speak after that last match that we just had with Germany versus Singapore. Pretty short map, pretty speedy as well. And this map, it's just going to kind of come down to just who just misses first, really. It's quite short, so... Let's see, a lot of early ACK issues, though, from Recifal. Indonesia taking the early accuracy lead. It's not by much, it's only by about 1/100. And actually, it's gonna go right over to Argentina. Actually, it just keeps on flipping back and forth. Now Indonesia sort of has a bit of a lead going, but still, it's just coming down to a couple and hundreds. Oh, and Doodle is gonna be first to miss, and Recifal right afterwards. And now Indonesia could be getting a breakpoint. there's not really too much map left. Actually, there's a little bit of map left, but still, Indonesia's a pretty nice lead.
This is the last break.
Alright, I believe you're not robotic anymore. Oh my, but there is a miss from White Snow Angel, but it gets traded by Receival, and Canton's actually gonna miss. Everyone's just missing right here. Noodle's the only one really holding combo in this section. His lead's gonna be diminishing, but there's not really enough map left for comeback. Oh no, but actually, as I'm saying that, the lead is sort of diminishing, but quite a bit.
Right, but I don't think there were enough objects barring a miss or a significant act drop, but yeah, it looks like that breakpoint is going to go to Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia now, 2 maps in a row, could be taking it 3-3. And yeah, that map, it got pretty close at the end. Indonesia only won it by about 11,000 points, but they were up by about 40 or 50,000 up until that last section. And yeah, that's going to be a breakpoint as well, so Indonesia with the pick. If they just pick right, could go 3-3.
Right, and I mean, they do have a little bit of that momentum winning, I believe that was 2 points in a row now.
Yeah, Argentina had their early game momentum, but Indonesia's coming back into this match. And Indonesia's going to pick Free Mod 3, the anti-mod. Free mod.
Ooh. The Fun Frums map. It'll be interesting to see what these players are going to be divvying out the mod selection to.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what mods they're going to be going with. It is Indonesia's pick, so we could be seeing some more crazy mods coming in.
Yeah, I was just about to say, actually, Indonesia, I feel like that's the team that's going to pull out something as insane as an HDHR player on a map like this. But
yeah,
at the same time, I know Argentina has some strong mod players, so I guess we'll just have to see. There is merit in playing it safe, so even if we see something like a mod advantage, it honestly isn't going to decide the match then and there as well.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what kind of mods we see pulled out from either of these teams. Trollocat looks like he changed his offset a bit.
I have a weird feeling that Appa is going to be
Hidden Hard Rock? Alright, we have...
No, it's KDDK, actually, with Hidden Hard Rock. And Trollocat responding as well. So there is no mod advantage for either player, but that is going to be kind of risky. Although Trollocat has been known to do weirder stuff in the past, this isn't out of... I would say this isn't out of Trollocat's realm of comfort. Similar to KDDK, it's definitely going to be interesting, as well as Appa and Recifal having 2 separate mods. It's going to be a little bit harder, in my opinion, to act on this particular pick with HR as the song does go on, but Appa having those early act problems, similar to the HDHR players on both teams.
Yeah, it looks like Appa's just having some early act issues. Slow section with Hidden. Kind of expected. But it looks like both the Hidden Hard Rock players are also kind of struggling on this, so... Tifel's gonna be the only one holding an SS for any significant time.
Yeah, through the intro, Refisal actually holding that entirely.
I don't know why, but I saw like a C instead of an F right there. Brain is going full smooth brain today.
Alright, the map is going to be picking up here. Trollocat is ahead in accuracy over KDDK when it comes to both players hitting the HDHR mark, but Appa just having those early 100s and Refisol with currently a double S through the first third of the song, looking very strong. There is quite a bit more of the map.
Yeah, it's just coming down to accuracy, and Receival, that accuracy is just insane. But it's still quite a close map, and we're still just on the first half, now going into the second half. Receival's gonna drop his SS on the KD spam, but still
That's
holding
very
absolutely insane accuracy. Yeah, very understandable indeed. And yeah, now the lead is still on Argentina's side, but it's only by a few 100s, really.
Honestly,
it's extremely close.
Yeah, both of those 1-6 bursts, the Don 1-6 burst.
Trollocat! Oh no, the slow section missed.
Wow.
And an accuracy drop. This could go over to Indonesia. Tying it up 3-3, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, no one breaking on that 1-6 burst during the slow section with that low SV. I would have expected Appa maybe picking up some sort of error, but I think I only saw maybe 1 or 2 100s. This really is looking favorable for Indonesia.
Yeah, this looking like it's going to be Indonesia's win, but we're going to have to see.
Yeah, there is this long stream section here, though. One note lock could very easily shift the tides over back to Argentina. Although the patterning is starting to break itself up as we get through the rest of the Ki section.
And yeah, Receival is going to miss at the very end, and yeah, there's not enough map really for a comeback. Indonesia taking their third map in a row to tie it up 3-3.
Wow, Receival dropping on the finisher after that 1-8.
Oh, Cat Don! Oh no. You're gonna be missing on like the last 5 notes. Come on, man.
I feel that. I feel that on a personal level.
Yeah, I can feel that. Dude, he went a full combo. Oh no. Basically 2 full combos from Indonesia. It's just Cat Don unfortunately kind of just missed in the last 5
Both
notes.
Trollocat and KDDK with the 1-100. KDDK in particular missing right at the end. Yeah, that's only 12 notes from the very last object. That's got to be depressing for KDDK, unfortunately. Still solid plays, especially from the HDHR players. That is going to shift it tied now. With Argentina to pick, though, they do have some leverage now that the ball is kind of in their court, and I don't think that nerves are going to be such a huge deal. They're going to be weighing a little bit more on Argentina's side, and I think Indonesia is going to have a little bit more of a break mentally, but it's not do or die yet, and we're not seeing any sort of match point either, so tiebreaker is probably creeping into the minds of both of these teams, but it's not an impending, looming threat yet.
Yeah.
So Argentina is going to go with no mod 1.
I feel like a lot of people are now kind of thinking, oh, there might be a second tiebreaker, which would be insane if the first round of 16 tiebreaker happens again in the same, like, within the same, 2-hour span that the second round of 16 tiebreaker will happen. Because we just had the first one happen. So I feel like that's on people's minds now, so people might be having that thought more.
Gaston coming in for Argentina in a team swap. I believe it looks like Indonesia is going to keep KDDK and Appa, which both of those players seem strong enough to play on no mod 1. I think their accuracies are good. Although Appa is going to get swapped out for Volta, I do think that it's a more conscientious sort of decision from Team Indonesia there. I think both of the players that they do decide to pick are going to be more consistent on this type of map. Now, it looks like Argentina is inviting Axter to swap out with Trollocat. It'll be really interesting. I think pretty much every player that is intended to be on this pick is very, very strong in the consistency department.
Yeah, we could very easily see a very close map. It could just come down to a few 100s or just a single miss, as no odd ones tend to go. But this is quite an interesting no odd one. It's definitely very different from the usual.
And we do see Axer coming in. So after a little bit of settling, I think, from both teams, we are going to see this point go underway. And I think this is probably going to be one of the most important points in this match. It's tied halfway through with 6 points already claimed by either team. It's kind of down to the wire. You're going to see a little bit of momentum coming from whichever team is going to pick this, or whichever team is going to take this point. And although it's Argentina's pick, if Indonesia can get a break point, that might be huge in a mental battle.
Yeah, let's see if Argentina can just swap over the momentum over to their side once again.
With a banger map like this, though.
Oh yeah, we got some bangers in the pool. 3-on-3 is also a banger from song.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then this as well, like just banger after banger. All right, we just pick off of song quality now.
If this is the new trend, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely all for that.
All right, so clients are being synced, and we're about to start things off. Yeah, just looking at the UR bars for all of these players, you can definitely tell that pretty much each individual player in this lobby right now is very consistent. Now, as I was talking about, that Gaston does drop very early on.
Damn, why you gotta curse Gaston like that?
Kind of uncharacteristic, all things considered.
Oh, the cat dot is well missing!
And that's a little bit later into the song. Axel, though.
Oh, it just misses from everyone except Volta. Volta's pretty much just single-handedly just keeping Indonesia with a really nice lead.
Yeah, that extra miss from Gaston there is definitely going to put him in a negative position against KDDK and Team Indonesia as a whole. If it was just that one miss slightly earlier on, that actually would have put him in a more positive position theoretically. However, it doesn't really look that way, as the score has swung over to Indonesia by about 40-ish K, almost 35 maybe.
Yeah, around that, and it's still quite close. I mean, it's still pretty close. There is still definitely a chance, but as this map starts closing in, Argentina's gonna need to see a lot of misses from Indonesia soon.
Right, and I mean, like, there's only one half left of the song. Axer
saying that,
another one.
And yeah, this lead's just gonna start growing ever more.
This ending section here does have a lot of potential for act drop. I wouldn't necessarily say misses, but I feel like misses is what Team Argentina is gonna need.
We're getting a lot of misses soon, but maps are starting to close in. There's not a lot of map left, just around 30 seconds left.
Yeah. And with
I don't
only
think
the outro to remain. With a solid performance, thanks large in part to Volta's FC, and despite KDDK's earlier miss, having what looks to be a 3-100 play by the end of that. Very, very strong.
1-100,
that's
actually?
1-100 and a miss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually did not factor in the fact that KDDK had the miss. 99.89 now makes way more sense.
Early on, I believe.
And with the 10-100 FC from Volta, very, very strong performance from Indonesia. Still very solid from Argentina as well. I mean, you see the 3-100 4 miss play. As unfortunate as that was with the spaced in misses, If there was just that one miss earlier than KDDK, there would have been a slight edge over yeah, there would have been a slight edge in points over KDDK, but Axer having that 9-9 was a little too much against Indonesia, especially with how consistent Volta played. Now we're seeing Appa come back in.
And Indonesia is now 4-3 with 4 maps in a row. They just have some insane momentum going in, like, to this next map. And it's their pick as well, like... This is looking very good for Indonesia so far, but let's see if Argentina can come back into this and just grab some momentum, because Indonesia is just rolling with it.
Yeah, definitely. With how many points that they've earned off of Argentina in a row, it's just going to be compounding more and more on Argentina's head there. There is very much potential to break that streak and start getting their own sort of momentum, especially with a pick like this. We see Doodle coming in, as well as Trollocat subbing in. KDDK seemingly a mainstay on Team Indonesia for this match.
Yeah, Indonesia's not really swapping out players, it's just KDDK and Appa just playing every map pretty much from what we've seen so far. I think Indonesia had 1 player swap, I forgot who played, but I think they had 1 player swap.
Yeah, it was Volta who played. Oh, earlier. I mean, yeah, because Volta just played the last map.
Yeah, but like KDK and Appa have been like the mainstay too, from the looks of it for the most part.
Yeah, 2 minutes 30 seconds, 260 BPM, OD 6.5. There is gonna be a lot of potential swaying of the score.
Might be having some Bancho lag. It is actually trying to swap players, but I don't think they can.
Looks like things are settled in. We do see the MP start command, and the match is underway. With a little bit of client sync, we should be starting off this pick. Yeah, not much really to be said here in this intro section, although Trollocat first person to dropping the double S.
Yeah, this looks like a map that a lot of players can act this pretty well, but it just comes down to 1 or 2 misses, really.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to be stamina and consistency, honestly. Because patterns are relatively comfy, given the BPM that it's at. Snapping is pretty much just 1-4 and 1-2, so...
Oh, Appa does lose his SS, but still,
not as
Kathon
hard.
Still holding his SS.
Oh yeah, and Doodle dropping 1-100 as well, so currently with KDDK holding that double S, and Appa not having nearly as much of an act deficit as Trollocat, although it does look like it's 2 100s, it isn't much.
Yeah, Trollocat's the main difference with the scores. Oh my, but just as I say that, Kathon's gonna miss. Oh, the 1-3 is gonna catch him off guard. Now Argentina with the lead could be getting a break point. Let's see though. They're gonna have to keep up their full combos.
One three is truly the evil mistress on this map here. Doodle dropping yet another 100, but I mean, with as big of a miss as Indonesia did just pick up, this could go over to Argentina. There is not much left of the map. This is the final Ki and really the final dense section of the map. So we're kind of rounding out probably the last 20-ish seconds of the map.
Yeah, Argentina can afford a couple of backdrops, really. They just need to hold a double full combo, and they've got it. And yeah, it looks like they do. And yeah, now it's tied up 4-4. Argentina getting a break point.
Yeah.
Now with their own pick, they could just set this to be match point if they get the right map.
Exactly.
In Canton, oh my, 1-101 miss. Not like this.
Yet again.
Dude, it's gonna be like Blarg, but except instead of 1-100, it's 1-101 miss. Oh my, that's so unfortunate, actually.
Yeah, wow. I mean,
because they seem to have won that off of accuracy. It's just that one miss just ended up determining it all.
Definitely. That's really unfortunate for Team Indonesia. That, honestly, if it was just a solid AC loss from Indonesia, like if KDDK just didn't miss and lost on AC there, that would have been way less of a mental toll on them than what had just happened. And especially with Argentina evening out the score on a break pick, on a break point, it's their map to pick, which will set a guaranteed match point. Like, there's a lot hanging on this here. It could be huge whether Indonesia decides to get, or whether Indonesia can get the breakpoint over Argentina, or whether Argentina can start getting that sort of momentum on a pick like this. So,
I'm just saying, we could be seeing another tiebreaker. It's 4-4.
Back to back.
We could be seeing back-to-back tiebreakers.
It's definitely possible. Some very, very exciting and interesting matches is currently happening, and I mean, They do pick Nomad 4. I was going to say it could have been a merit for Argentina to pick something a little bit more, I guess, dangerous. But I wouldn't say Nomad 4 is entirely too dangerous given the skill set Argentina has. Although, KDDK is kind of a monster. And on maps like this, I feel like they certainly shine.
Yeah, let's just see if Katon can avoid just having a sudden miss that, like last map, like the last two maps, because those are just so unfortunate to see.
Trollocat setting offset.
Been doing that every map.
A little bit of forward speculation with the downtime that we've got right now. I feel like if Argentina wins this, Indonesia is probably going to be picking something like DT2, but if Indonesia wins this, I think we might see Nomad 5. This is just...
I would love to see the gimmick map being played.
It's just speculation, of course, just kind of thinking. Last weekend, I was not on the mark with some of my speculations, so we'll see. Maybe this weekend I'm doing a little bit better. Yeah, it looks like we are starting this map off. With Refisal, Trollocat, and no subbing from Team Indonesia.
Looks like you're also just kind of mixing up where the F and C is in his name.
Of course.
You wouldn't be a caster if you weren't just randomly messing up people's names. I was messing up Aussie's name for pretty much all of Singapore's match.
Oh no. Both players on Team Argentina here having the exact same act, but early act drops harder than Appa, because Appa looks like they only have the 1/100 act drop. Trollocat and Refisol both dropping 2 100s in the intro section, but finding their groove. KDDK, on the other hand, currently unfazed, holding the double S.
Yeah, it's still pretty close, just come down to a handful of 100s.
And this is definitely a stamina map. So we might start to see a lot more mistakes happening towards the end of this map,
although as we're saying that, Appa with quite a bit of misses.
Note locks are very, very possible and huge on a map like this with how long patterns are.
Yeah, let's see if Argentina can hold up their double full combo. Countdown is still holding his SS though, so still some hope for Indonesia.
There could still be a lot of act drops. It's very easy to fall short, whether you're early or late on the middle of the beat on these long streams, just from lack of stamina, just getting tired, especially towards the end. So there could be a lot of potential for act drops here from both Trollocat and Refisol. KDDK halfway through the song, still holding double S. Don't really want to jinx it.
I don't want to jinx it either, but this is looking pretty nice from Cat Dawn.
And I mean, Appa's, despite the note lock, that is very impressive act.
Yeah, it seems like he didn't really act drop. He just had like 5 misses in a row.
Right.
It's unfortunate. Still pretty close. Just gonna have to see if there's any potential for Indonesia to come back into this. It's gonna come down to Argentina can hold up those full combos, as I said earlier. Oh, Katon's gonna lose his SS, but still, it's just gonna come down to just... Oh, no, but Appa dropping act pretty heavily on that 1/3.
The nature of 1-3, especially when you're so used to playing in 1-4 pretty much the entirety of the song. Unrelenting as well.
Let's see, though, this death stream, will it catch anyone off guard? It looks like everyone's holding on pretty nicely through the death stream. Not too much map really for a comeback from Indonesia. It's just going to come down to if anyone note locks last second.
Yeah, if I remember this map correctly, there's not much else in terms of evil patterning.
Doesn't look like there's too much room for comeback into this map. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Argentina's gonna take the point. And now at match point, they're gonna have to see if they can fend off against Indonesia's next pick.
3-100 play from Refisol there. That is very, very impressive. KDDK with 4 100s, all at the end, though. Holding double S through the first half of that song. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, we could be seeing a tiebreaker, though, as Indonesia does have the next pick, and they're going to go straight into free mod 2.
Oh. So the one map that I didn't think of, I guess that's this weekend, huh? It makes a lot of sense for free mod 2, though. This is a safe pick for Indonesia, I feel.
Yeah, this was banned in the last match actually, so...
It's a little wonky, I would say. KDDK is probably going to pull out the HDHR. Trollocat's probably going to respond with something similar, even though I feel kind of as if Trollocat's going to be a little bit less confident on this map than they are on Fremont 3. And then I think we're going to see very similar. Appa with HD, Refusol with HR. That's just my guesses, but apparently that has been entirely wrong, so.
Guess we're just gonna have to see.
Of course.
If you keep on guessing long enough, eventually you'll get it right, so.
Exactly. The chances just keep climbing the more I make mistakes. Hey, we're in the 14th of March UTC time now.
Pog.
Happy midnight if you're in the UTC area.
Oh man, the match is so long, it's spanned over 2 whole days. Technically not at all.
No, technically not. No. Oh wait, this is. Oh. Oops. we're gonna ignore I ever said that, and as we head into the map.
And yeah, it looks like we're having pretty even mods once again. I believe last free mod had pretty even mods.
Oh, actually, Gaston coming in and having hidden. That was something that I kind of wasn't expecting, but it does make sense given the contents of this map.
Okay, Gaston kind of struggling in accuracy for a second there, but oh, just I say that, Kenton gonna get a miss. It's quite a brutal map. It's so easy to just randomly miss on some patterns if you aren't paying attention. It looks like most people are really struggling in accuracy. Only Trollocat holding above 9.5, but another miss from Katon. It might... And another miss from Appa. The double miss from Indonesia, and now Argentina has a really nice lead going to his next half of the song.
I mean, there's still an entire half of the map left for Team Argentina to make any sort of mistakes here, but definitely the momentum and nerves. The nerves are building on Indonesia's side, and the momentum is starting to really build up for Argentina.
And all just more misses coming in from Katon, and I think that might have been the final nail in the coffin, potentially, but Gaston is going to trade one of those misses from Appa.
I think what's necessary here is that Trollocat drops.
Yeah,
Trollocat being
note lock or something.
Right, because Trollocat being the FC on Team Argentina with HDHR, KDDK just continuously missing throughout the map, not being able to hold combo and have that sort of combo momentum. It's just going to continue to pile onto Argentina's side.
Yeah, there's just not enough map, really. It's like, as some people would say, even if he stopped playing, it looks like they would still win.
Yeah, that ending section there.
Yeah, that ending section. Gaston's gonna end up missing on it, but too little too late, and Argentina is gonna take the match. Denying tiebreaker from Indonesia, denying the second tiebreaker in a row on
What
stream.
a score from Trollocat, holding above a 99% accuracy with HDHR and having the silver S. What a phenomenal play from Trollocat. With Argentina taking that break point against Argentina, and quite comfortably with that final pick, wrapping this match up relatively nicely. Congratulations to Argentina. It was extremely well fought. Indonesia with phenomenal performances in that absolutely massive sort of momentum that they carried with 4 points in a row, it was really going to look like we were going to see a second tiebreaker in a row, but Argentina denying that.
Yeah, that looks like it was going to TV, but unfortunately, we're not going to see the TV. I really wanted to see the TV again. Honestly, I would have loved to see it, but Argentina's going to take that match. Indonesia is not out of the tournament yet. They are going to be knocked down into losers bracket, where they're going to have the fight to remain. If they lose yet another match, they will be knocked out of the tournament. Congrats to Argentina for winning that match and advancing to the quarterfinals.
Absolutely. But yeah, GG's everyone. We are going to be swapping over to the next match.
Yeah, and I will be taking my leave, and Janitor will be coming in place of me, and Mr. will be Sang for commentating, so...
Yay.
Yay.
But, yeah, thank you so much for casting with me, Ethan, and thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you can stay tuned. The next match that is coming up is going to be Brazil versus Malaysia.
And I will be going now. Thanks everyone for sticking around, and hopefully y'all stick around for this next match as well. And yeah, that'll be it for me.
Alright, hello.
Hello, Janitor. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I was watching the past few matches.
Yeah, they've been pretty exciting, very close. Been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, certainly a nice change of pace for round of 16.
Absolutely. Alright, so let me really quickly just take a quick peek at what was happening. Okay, so it looks like Brazil banned Hidden 2, Malaysia banning No Mod 2, and since Malaysia won the roll, looks like they're going to be picking first, and that is going to be DT1.
Yeah, they ended up losing actually, so first breakpoint of the match going to Brazil, and Brazil picking Hard Rock 1.
Oh. Wow, a first point breakpoint. It could go either way. I know Malaysia is a very strong team, but Brazil has some monolithic players, so...
Brazil is scary. Also,
very, very scary.
Yeah, DT1 actually was Brazil's point by less than 5,000 points. Malaysia with 2 full combos. Brazil with 1 player missing, but the accuracy was just better.
Oh, looks like we are off. Now, I know Celtic Rival is a phenomenal Hard Rock player. However, Hero K, that is a force to be reckoned with on Hard Rock as well.
Brazil generally not known as a Hard Rock team, but roster this year just has a lot of surprises.
Very, very true. Now, Peepus having a little bit of early AC issues, dropping below 99% on that intro section. 6 Geisha as well, looking like they dropped 100, maybe 2?
Early accuracy for this map is important, because the first half is basically just completely free accuracy. Oh.
I was just about to comment. I was milliseconds away from opening my mouth about the fact that Hero K and Celtic were both holding double S. And
yeah, this is the hard part. This is the hard part.
Definitely, with all that 1-8.
Oh my god, what is that score difference?
Oh, basically flickering.
I don't think they're tied. They're ahead by like less than 100 points maybe. It's hard to tell.
There's this dense section left of the map. Anything can definitely happen, as I did see it looked like one.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god, it's tied.
oh.
Okay, never mind, it's not tied. Wow. That was really close. Brazil taking it
That was-
right at the end.
Yeah, wait, that was like maybe
Two
4 or
100, two 100
Oh.
difference. 20 versus 2200s right at the end. Oh my god.
right. That was so many 100s at the end that I just was not even able to keep up with what was happening. I think Celtic dropped 4 100s there at the very, very end. I know Peepus as well dropped like maybe 1 or 2, and Hero K. I think they. Yeah, I honestly don't know, but with that kind of a difference on a map like that, that's huge. And another point going to Brazil with Brazil to, or actually Malaysia to pick.
And Malaysia is only down 1 breakpoint, so it's not the end of the world, especially because both teams here are incredibly strong.
Absolutely. I mean, this is only best of. I mean, I say only best of 11, but it is best of 11.
Yeah, it's best of 11 for quite a while, I think.
Right.
Yeah, Malaysia, they did just lose on DT1. So maybe they're planning on DT2 originally, but I think they're going to change plans, maybe.
I could see a shift for Malaysia going for something like. I mean. Well, DT2.
Sticking with their guns. Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, originally I was going to say possibly a Nomad 3 pick, but I think a similar sort of mindset, losing to DT1 against Brazil, that might be not the most intuitive pick for Malaysia.
I think they're already planning on picking it, so they're sticking with the guns a little bit. I can
Yeah.
respect that. If you're confident on a pick, then you might as well go for it.
Right.
Yeah, the problem with Fremont that I can foresee is that both of these teams are very strong on Fremont, with a good hidden hard rock player and a lot of good single mod players.
Absolutely. Yeah, Fremont could definitely be any team's point.
Yeah, this map is really long. I think the longest map aside from the tiebreaker.
Yeah, wow. 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
It's a lot. It's really a lot.
Very, very long for a DT. I can see why it was kind of being avoided by some of the previous players.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of gained the nickname of Tiebreaker 2. And
Fair
that's
enough.
Foxroo and 6Gitcha having some issues with these early doublets.
Jerry getting a 100 on the finisher, though. And
Yeah, a
afterward,
few
picking up some more. Yeah, despite Hero K picking up some 100s on the 1-6, it's still going to be that early ACK lead over to Brazil, but just ever so slightly getting shorter and shorter as Hero K just picks up a couple of more 100s.
Yeah, Jerry and Hirok are basically even at this point.
Yeah. If anything, it might just be 50 or 100 point difference, just given the fact that Jerry did get the 100 on the finisher. But accuracy-wise, it was neck and neck until Hero K dropped a little bit more.
For a 4-minute and 30-second map, this score difference is absolutely nothing.
Yeah. A little bit more even number patterning. Some stuff that can definitely trip some people off who aren't necessarily prepared, but not really phasing any of these players. To them, they're probably treating this more as a break.
Yep, there's a 1-6 section later that it's going to be really tricky. Along with a longer 1-6 combo too.
Just a couple of sprinkled 100s from Foxaroo. Ooh, some 100s on that 1-6 burst from Foxaroo there as well.
Yeah, and Foxaroo has really recovered accuracy. His Skitcha is still below 99, just barely.
Yeah, just barely. Every time teeters back maybe 0.3 or yeah, just about 0.3 AC, and then dropping yet more 100s, and now 6 Geisha just more and more just slightly falling there. That's definitely not what Malaysia needs.
Yeah, both Hero and Foxaroo now outpacing Jerry, the top scorer for Malaysia.
If I remember correctly on this map, this is pretty much the final break section before some more dense stuff like longer patterning.
Yep, right as you say that, here are the longer patterns.
Oh, Hero K picking up quite a few 100s, but still with such a solid accuracy, being leading in the lobby right now. I don't know if that's going to be much of anything now. Oh,
okay,
everyone's hitting it.
They're fine. There's another one though, so they have to be careful about that. Fortunately, the patterns in this map aren't all that hard.
Yeah. I mean, don't tell that to any bongo players.
That's true. And still a 4-way full combo, everyone with above 99. Absolutely ridiculous performance from all players.
Exactly. More than 2,000 objects have elapsed on this map. There's really only about 45 seconds left. Not too much left. Accuracy difference is still paper thin, though.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much over. And all of these scores, I'm pretty sure, would be in the top 20 for the rank leaderboards for this map, actually.
Yeah. And so another break point moving to Brazil there. 18-100 play from Hero K. Wow.
Insane. 28 100s. Everyone's accuracy actually very good. I think these
very good.
These are pretty much the 2 best scores we've seen on this map so far.
Yeah, it's honestly rare to see act like that on a map like that, especially in match on a tournament like TWC. That is extremely impressive, and well done to all 4 players who just played. But that accuracy from Foxer and Hero K, that is nutty.
Yeah, that's really a top seed performance. Now, Fremont 2 being picked.
Oh. Here I think we get to see some of these team members flex a little bit with HDHR. Definitely in the realm of possibility, especially from the players on the Brazilian side.
Yeah, fully expecting Hurok and 6 Kitchen to take up Hidden Hard Rock.
Yep.
If Jerry is staying in, probably Hard Rock. I don't know if he's switching up though.
Jerry's been doing a lot of work on Hard Rock. I think that might be... I don't know, because this is... I don't know if this is a map that really plays to Hard Rock's favor. And honestly, just kind of playing it on my own, I feel like this is kind of more of an HD-centric map.
Yeah, I kind of feel that too. There isn't really too much to trip you up on Hidden. It's like a couple of slower sections, but it's all mapped in 1-3, so it really doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, plus, like, I feel like the slow sections of Hidden, if you are used to playing Hidden, you wouldn't necessarily find too much difficulty with the patterning of those 1-3 sections. And we do see Skull Kid coming in on Brazil's side, probably going to pick up Hidden as well. Now, Jerry just kind of flexing and picking Hard Rock anyway. That ending section might be a little bit rough. I can't wait to see how they play it now. 6 Geisha, not double modding.
Only hidden, and that could be bad because Hirok is a very strong hidden Hard Rock player.
Yeah, Hiroke actually, I don't really see too many opportunities for a player like him to be missing on a map like this, despite how tricky this can be on HDHR. But, of course, anything can happen here as we kind of move through the intro into one of the first trickier sections. Definitely not the trickiest of the map, but you can just kind of see Hiroke there with a 99.8 AC 6 Geisha, identical AC.
Yeah, but with one less mod, unfortunately, so it's going to count for less.
Yeah. We're going to have to see Hiroke with a miss, 6 Geisha with an FC, or a 2% AC difference deficit from Hiroke, which I legitimately don't think that's going to happen. So
it's really going to depend on how he handles the harder 1-6 section later. But if he manages to keep up this accuracy, even if he misses, they're still going to be ahead.
Right, and a miss is definitely not off of the table for either player on Team Brazil. Another 100 on the finisher from Jerry there. Yeah, and dropping below 99% AC, it is just on the edge of bleak for Malaysia, still with the final section of the map, which, in my opinion, proves a lot more difficult on Hard Rock than Hidden, and we see Jerry missing.
And Hirok still, sorry, he's not actually the highest accuracy in the group anymore, but especially not after that.
Yeah, I mean, those were misses on the exact same object from both Hiroke and Jerry, although with how late it is in the map, that really isn't going to be much of anything, as unfortunate as to say that, but barring any major note lock, which no player does, that is going to be Brazil's 4th point.
Look at that. 99% for Hirok on Hidden Hard Rock.
Wow.
Skull Kid with only 6 100s full combo with Hidden. 6 Geisha also doing incredibly well.
You know, that's just a testament to kind of like the comfortability difference between Hidden and Hard Rock. I feel like that ending section is so chokeable on Hard Rock. Very, very brave move.
It really is. The SV on all of the hard sections increase, so that's definitely harder for Hard Rock. And you really just gotta feel for Malaysia a bit here. Just barely missing out on top seed status, facing Japan in groups, and now facing Brazil in round 16.
Malaysia to pick. I don't know. Again, I've been wrong every single time, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I feel like they're going to pick Nomad 5.
Maybe. I don't know, actually. At this point, I think they might just go for a Nomad 3 and keep with the high BPM kind of idea.
Yeah, and that does seem kind of like intuitive. But I also feel like Jerry... I know Jerry is pretty solid on gimmicky style maps, and while Hiroke is equally solid on that kind of map style, there's definitely a lot of potential for some unfortunate mishaps on a map like Nomad 5, and I feel like Malaysia, with not too many options left, being kind of backed into a corner here with that 4-point deficit and no point, although they do go for the intuitive pick with Nomad 3.
Yeah, this is a bit of a scary map to pick against Brazil for sure.
Definitely.
A bit on the easier side, and the 1/3 are very easy to choke on.
Also, that's continuing my streak of being wrong with every prediction. Nice.
It's kind of hard sometimes because teams
Oh.
will go for sometimes really weird things, and sometimes they won't go for weird things at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of strategy and different sort of factors that go into picking maps in TWC specifically. That can be very, I would say, anti-intuitive. Maybe not like the first thing you'd think that they'd be picking.
Yeah, there's a very rich kind of psychological aspect to it sometimes.
Absolutely.
And I don't think anyone can really say they have a firm grasp on that kind of thing. Alright, we have Zeth and Zeltic, and Hirok and Kyomo. First time we're seeing Kyomo here, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, alright, Zeth jumping ahead.
Yeah, a little bit of a time manipulation mechanics. Again, I don't know if that's turning legal, but there isn't anything in the rules against it as far as I'm aware, so...
Yeah,
although
we
the
really...
client...
yeah, time
client quick to
travelers.
stop it.
Alright, all synced up now.
Ooh, is that an early miss from Zeltic there?
Wait,
Thanks.
Is that real?
I think so. I mean, give it maybe 10 more seconds before I call it, but if so, that's fairly unfortunate. But I mean, as you said last week, if you want to miss anywhere, the very beginning is pretty much the best place.
Yeah, that's what I call a tactical miss. You miss
Yeah.
there, you have no more nerves for the rest of the map.
Absolutely.
Both Hirok and... Okay, only Hirok with the double S. That was fast, wow.
And Hirake with
Oh my
dropping it as well on the slow section. There is still some 1-3 sections that I feel like are very easy to drop a couple of 100s or even a miss, just from how like lulled into the sense of the 1-4 confidence that you get throughout pretty much the most of this map.
Yeah, those 1/3 streams are very tricky.
Like that one in particular, just the last match that we saw at Nomad 3 getting played, we had a couple of misses on that particular 1-3 pattern. And now this sort of solo-y bit could also prove a little bit technical, but all players holding very, very strong.
The gap is closing a little bit.
And pretty much with that like slight tech bit out of the way, it's gonna be smooth sailing for the most part for most of these players, barring anything major happening. It's gonna just be chipping away at Ak. Hero K, top of the lobby right now with a 1-100 play, but Zeth not too far behind with a 2-100 play. Actually, maybe it's 3. 2 and 3.
Yeah, it got a little bit scary at the end with a few
A
act
little
drops.
bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Oh, and that's really unfortunate. I think, yeah, Malaysia would have won if Zeltic didn't get those early misses. Tactical miss ended up not working out in the situation.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got Hero K and Kyomu being as solid as they were on Nomad 3, yeah, unfortunately a tactical miss.
Yeah, you can't miss against Brazil or get hundreds. Just try to SS everything, and you'll probably have a chance.
Yeah, 200 play, very impressive and solid, especially like through the tech bit. I don't even think that Hero K got 100s through that tech section. I think both the 100s I saw from Hero K were all kind of in the beginning.
Yeah, and now we have Hidden 1, potentially the last pick of the match, but we'll have to see.
This is interesting. Now, Brazil did ban Hidden 2, and they're kind of turning around and banning Hidden, or going for Hidden 1. I feel like if Malaysia has as strongest of a chance on these kinds of picks, like all things considered, I definitely feel like this is going to be it right here. Despite the fact that this is Brazil's pick, it's match point, Malaysia does have that looming fear of a potential sweep. Hidden 1.
Brazil about to swipe left on Malaysia here, potentially. Malaysia does have a really strong hidden roster, I will say, but I don't think they have anyone quite as scary as Hero.
Yeah. Zeth could definitely rise to the challenge, though. I know they can be nutty when it comes down to it, and Six Geisha as well, I believe, is a strong hidden player, just not quite on a similar level to Hero K, but definitely toe-to-toe with Skull Kid. This is very, very close, just in theoretical matchups, so...
Yeah, again, Malaysia has been playing very well throughout the match. It's just Brazil really on another level.
Yeah, very... extremely close, and with what this map is like, there's so much that can happen, so...
Man, I don't know, there's just so much.
Oh, like that.
What?
Like whatever that was. I have no words.
Yeah, you just... I don't know, am I thinking no-blocked or started on the wrong hand?
Maybe... this is something that I tend to do on slower hiddens, where I just kind of forget one of the notes and play the pattern entirely off sync by a note. I can definitely see that happening on Hero K!
Too.
What? And again!
That is interesting. I'm not really sure what's going on. This is supposed to be a really strong pick for them, but now Malaysia actually way ahead.
This is starting to make a lot more sense why Brazil decided to ban Hidden 2, but why they wouldn't close out the match with something that isn't Hidden 1 is kind of beyond me. Maybe, like, I thought that they might have been practicing this one a lot more and felt stronger, but, I mean, Hero K, just, those were very unfortunate misses, and Skull Kid may have been nerve-related. Zeth, on the other hand, extremely powerful right now. Top of the lobby in terms of score, AC, and the fact that they still are holding the full combo alongside Six Geisha here is looking very solid for Malaysia as we get into the last quarter of the song.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Brazil can definitely do better than this. And it was just, I guess it just came down to a few unfortunate misreads.
Yeah, I mean, I've multied enough with these players, and this is definitely out of the ordinary.
And Brazil has to be a bit careful here.
Another miss on the...
Oh, man.
Huh?
Skull Kid being frozen in time by Malaysia's dark time magic again.
Yeah, I think the refs can... Honestly, the refs are going to have to do something about that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Brazil's down a player.
Yeah, Chronomancy is not great. So yeah, Malaysia with 2 FCs, very important, very impressive there.
Very, very solid accuracies as well. 12 and 16 respectively on a slow hidden. That is not an easy feat. Hero K, I think that was 4 100s. I didn't see how many 100 finishers that Hero K got, but 6 miss was just very, very unfortunate and very off-brand, I think.
Yeah, and now Brazil has to be a bit careful here because Malaysia is still a top-level team. And after going through quite a bit of the pool, the rest of the maps are pretty uncertain.
Yeah, it's anyone's game at this point. Brazil is starting to lose all of their strong picks, and we're going into some territory where Malaysia has a lot of pull in, especially now that we're seeing Zeth showing quite some strong performances.
Yeah, again, this is a long road ahead for Malaysia, if they even manage to get that far, but it's
very true.
Within reach still.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have a stronger reverse sweep going from 5-0 all the way up. Like the journey that they're going to have to make is pretty much textbook for the strongest kind of a reverse sweep, but it is not impossible. And
we have
with
Fremont 3 being picked.
Ooh, good From's map. My personal favorite pick on the pool.
Huh, you know, this is weird. I actually never realized as I was practicing this was a From song. I didn't realize it. It just doesn't really sound like a From song.
No, it's definitely different from what they normally make. I feel like, at least what is charted in the game. But solid SK Salt map. I've been vocal about saying SK Salt is one of my personal favorite mappers, making some of my top 5 favorite maps of all time. So,
man, that's concerning in a way. Hope you never make a 1-6 map.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so the ending of this map is it hasn't really tripped anyone up yet, aside from minor accuracy drops, but hopefully not going to happen this match either.
Six Geisha. We'll see.
A lot of ghost tapping from Hirok. And 6 Geisha.
Yeah, both. I mean, 6 Geisha kind of putting in a little bit of flavor on the ghost tapping. Hero K just straight 1-4 ghost tapping.
Yeah, I've done the exact same thing on this map.
Makes sense, I suppose. I'd 1-8 just because that 1-4 single tapping, or 1-2, I suppose.
Yeah.
Either way.
The first 30 seconds or so of this map is basically just content gameplay.
Yeah.
If you want to see how well these players would do on a 2-star map pool, well, there you go.
Unfortunately, Taiko does not have the feature for ad-lib notes, so nothing gained. Now, some pretty rough act troubles from 6 Geisha through the intro, and then kind of post-intro as well, having a couple of 100s, but now kind of finding the groove. The UR bar is getting a lot more solid. Foxeroo there picking up quite a few 100s and dropping below 99% as well.
Now it's really unsure. The longer 1-6 later might decide it a bit more, but it's hard to say.
Definitely. I feel like if anything is going to happen with 6 Geisha, it would be on those longer 1-6 bursts. Like the Dawn 1-6 burst. I think that's in this map.
And there's a second one coming right up.
Yeah, there. Those two right there.
No.
Celtic! Dropping on the DK alternate 1-6 burst.
This is far from over, though. There's still the death streams at the end, and that one ending section.
Absolutely, and as it stands right now, despite the combo momentum that Brazil does have right now, the difference is only by about 10,000 points. With a third left, that's not negligible. Or, that's not negligible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is barely a lead. Hirok really keeping their lead afloat with the play of his life right now, 99.8.
Yeah, it's such solid act right now. But this section here is, just from my opinion, one of the easiest sections to choke.
Big stream.
any sort of note lock is going to shift the tides over to either team. But we don't see it. The patterns are starting to break up.
Oh man, that last 1/6 part.
The 1-8.
Oh man,
No.
they're fine. Brazil.
No player.
Brazil's gonna take this in a clean 6-1, unless disaster strikes at the very end.
I'm just going to be quiet just in case, but yeah, no, it does look like Brazil is going to snatch the win.
Look at that 10-100 hidden hard rock from Hirok.
That's nutty. That is unbelievable. What a phenomenal play from Hirok there. Celtic, though, 24 100s on hidden alone. Very, very impressive play as well. And 26 100s from 6 Geisha, though. That's only 16 100s more than Hirok, and still above the 99% mark. Very, very impressive. And a fantastic game. Like, every point seemed really close on this match. It's like many people say, you know, like, the top of the screen does not tell the story of what just happened. And it was still a close match for both of these teams. But congratulations to Brazil. You will be moving on to quarterfinals, and we'll be seeing you next weekend. As well as, I mean, we will be seeing Malaysia next weekend as well through losers bracket. So they do still have another chance. But
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, Malaysia has not made it out of groups in the past 2 years. And so they still have the chance of making it the farthest that they've ever made it.
very true.
We will be having a bit of a break, though. In 11 hours, we'll have China versus Canada.
Hey, good luck.
Yeah, one of the 2 low seeds that actually made it out of groups.
And congratulations. And good luck as well. That should be very, very fun. I will be commentating that alongside Beat, watching you play, so don't disappoint me.
That's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
A little bit, but yeah, no, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully, well, I mean, it would be kind of weird if you stuck around for 11 whole hours, but if you came back in 11 hours, appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, we won't judge if you're here for 11 hours.
I mean, yeah, I guess. All right, well, I'm Mr. Boo, joined alongside Janitor, and you are watching TWC World Cup 2021. We'll see you later.
Drop it.